relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health, Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations to serve you. They're now open in Midwest City and still in their Edmond location. Big O's Pork and Dreams feature a menu with your favorite meats, briskets, ribs, pulled pork, chicken, hot links, and more. Big O's has a signature loaded smoked potato with the famous fat butt, also known as a Big Nasty. It's a loaded tater with a spare rib on top. Try Big O's loaded steak fries and barbecue pizza. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations in the metro. In Midwest City, 6003 Southeast 15th, and in Edmond, 285 South Santa Fe Avenue. And both dining rooms have active pure technology to reduce over 99.9% bacteria, viruses, and more. And that's air you can trust. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. until the meat runs out. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations, Midwest City and Edmond. Come get you one of these taters.
Oklahoma City, Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud partners in recognizing some outstanding high school students who are setting the standards in and out of their classrooms with our 2021-2022 Student of the Month program. Each month, a chosen high school student will be selected Student of the Month and will receive a $150 Visa gift card and prizes. The winner will then automatically qualify to be selected Student of the Year. For winning Student of the Year, the recipient will win a $10,000 scholarship paid directly to the college of their choice. Please take the time to nominate a student who exemplifies outstanding characteristics in the classroom. And as a citizen of our community, just go online at blackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com to nominate a student for the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Student of the Month. Rules and regulations apply.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health, Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health, Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Oklahoma, get ready as Melvin Childs presents a world-class black tie urban movie premiere. Coming October 30th to Flicks Brewhouse, 8590 Broadway Extension, Oklahoma City, featuring the cast of the new movie, For the Love of Money. Exclusively in theaters nationwide this Thanksgiving. Join Kerry Hilson, Cat Williams, Timmy, DC Young Fly, Big Lotto, Keith Sweat, and Jason Mitchell celebrating the release of the new movie. For details and more info, hit us up online at melvinchildspresents.com.
It's time for the Millwood Falcons pregame show right here on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Well, good evening and welcome. You are listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. I'm your play-by-play announcer, James Knox, and I have with me today my analyst, D. Wright. We're going to dive right into our pregame show right here on Oklahoma City's Heart and Soul 92.1 on our app, streamed by PPBC. And now you can watch the game as we listen with all of our new video stream. Just go to our website, Falcons Fans, at okcheartandsoul.com and click on the Millwood YouTube link to find us on video. And guess what? You can even give us your comments or shout-outs while the game is live. We have a section on there where you can comment and give who you're cheering for, who you think is going to win. You kind of want to give us, some comments or questions. We can engage with you while we're right in the middle of a game, so pretty cool. But this game is brought to you by our wonderful sponsors tonight. That's going to be SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E and Love's Travel Stops. SSM Health. Sometimes after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist, and St. Anthony's Hospital has a great team to get a player back in the game from injury. And OG&E energizes the communities they serve. Find a rewarding career at OG&E.com. OG and energizing life. And Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores continues to make our community a great one to live in. So thank you, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Like I said, my name is James Knox. To my right, I've got D. Wright. And we are here at Star Spencer High School, coming to you live at Twidwell Stadium here in Spencer, Oklahoma. We are ready for a great 2A matchup between the Millwood Falcons and the Star Spencer Bobcats. Good evening, D. How you doing today, sir?
Evening, James. I am ready. You know what? You better call the fire department.
Is that right?
You better call the fire department because there is going to be some speed tonight. There is going to be some speed coming from both ends of the field. So much speed, we're probably going to need the fire department to put the fire out because we got Fakari Quarter, and then we got McElway, we got Xavier Thompson, oh my goodness, Ricky Hunt Jr., we got James Reed, Makai Gilliam. There's so much speed on this field from both sides. I'm just ready. It's the Friday night. There's crisp air. I'm ready for some football. Woo! It's October. It's Halloween. It's scary fast. I'm just ready.
All right. So he's ready. I'm ready. We definitely got some athletes on both sides of the ball. By the way, our pregame show is brought to you by First Security Bank. They have been servicing Oklahoma City for over 4 decades and would like to be your community bank. If you want to learn more, just go to FSBOKC.com for First Security Bank. Let's get a few words in about our Millwood Falcons. They are coached by Darwin Franklin. And they are 3-5 coming into this game. They were 6-1 at this point last season, but it's been a perfect storm for them in a bad sense of the way.
Right.
They've had some academic issues with the players. They've also have a lot of underclassmen. Is that the opposite of upperclassmen?
Underclassmen.
And experience. But you can see Coach Franklin is he's running off fumes, man. He's tired. He's ready to unleash the stress. But don't get it twisted, man. He is ready to win. He wants to win. And at this point, he's just trying to make sure he takes those pile of bricks that he's got and makes a foundation for his program.
Yeah, because definitely the Falcons, they've had an up-and-down season, as you said. But with that, they've gained a lot of experience. And the coaching staff for the Falcons, they've seen a lot. And there's about 30 years of experience on that coaching staff.
They got a lot.
They got a lot of experience. They've seen a lot. They've been through a lot because most of those coaches on that sideline have played many years and then went all the way up to the D2 level in coaching and playing and then back down. Now they're back, giving back to the community. They've seen it all. They know how to coach these boys and get them ready for whatever type of season that they have gone through.
Now, they've not had a losing record in at least 7 years, and they're trying to make sure that doesn't happen this year. They got 2 games left, including tonight, and they want to get back to 500. It all starts tonight.
Yes.
Junior Iverson McElwee is going to be a quarterback, and it's all going to run through Ricky Hunt, though. Ricky kind of does a little bit of everything. Quarterback, running back, returner, you name it. He's got it, and he's going to have a dose of Alonzo Henderson with him. Now, they're in a boat. The Falcons are. They're in a boat with the Bobcats. And what I mean by that is Coach Anthony Robinson is coming in. His team is coming to the game 2-6, but they're in the same boat as Millwood, that they have a very, very young program, don't have a whole lot of depth. They're all trying to really figure things out and build a foundation for years to come. Now, the last time we saw Star Spencer, they had just won 2 straight. They had won 2 straight games, and they faced a very talented Jones team. And they ended up losing, and they've lost 5 straight since then, including the Jones game. So I don't want to take it personal, like it's our fault. Like they lost since then. So hope it's not our fault that they're on this skid.
Yeah. I don't want to be blamed for that, so we won't mention that.
No.
But like you said, they only have 3 seniors on this team. 3 seniors, and 2 of them are not the kicker. So there are a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. But with that, the team overall is gaining a lot of experience, a lot of improvement. And even though they have those losses that we're not going to mention, each game, they've gotten better than when we first saw them. And each time they've gotten better, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm expecting to see a 180-degree change from the last time we saw them.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really want to see tonight is just how much they've improved over the last month. They've had 4 or 5 games. I want to see if they've been able to fine-tune some of the little things, because the little things add up to big things, and see if that can make a big difference. Some of the things I'm talking about is special teams, make sure they get the snap to the quarterback, give them some time.
Minimal mistakes.
And then, clean up the busted coverages, too. Those are some of the big things. But they still got 20-plus guys learning the game overall, so it's going to take some time. We're all going to be patient with it, but we're going to be looking out for Kari Carter.
Yes.
James Reed, he does everything.
Everything. I think I've seen him serving popcorn just a minute ago.
Yeah, he is.
Right before the game.
He is there to do it all for sure. So they're all kind of rowing the boat along here, just trying to get through the season and build towards years in the future. But there's a lot at stake tonight, man. There's, a losing record. There's a big game with a conference rival here in 2A. So a lot of things going.
A little pride on the line, too, and it starts getting down to it because this game has always been a rival game over the years, through all my years of growing up and being in Oklahoma. This has been a rivalry game. So there's a little bit of pride, and it goes back some generations for these two teams. And I just want to see a really good game. And I'm pretty sure we are going to see it.
We'll get it. Keys to the game real quick before we get these teams on the field. Millwood, I want them to dominate on special teams. That's been one of their specialties.
Yeah,
they've got some kick returns, punt returns, things like that. So if Spencer has struggled on special teams, so if Millwood can capitalize on what they're good at and what Star Spencer has had problems with, then it should be a pretty good game for them. There'll be some usual breaks and letdowns on offense and defense, but they can win on special teams, and that will make the difference. And for Spencer, they need to play in front of the sticks, D. Now, what I mean by that is they need to keep it in the singles. And what I mean by that is
short range, short.
Yeah, we don't need to get it in 2nd and 15, 3rd and 20.
Keep it single
like
digits, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5,
2nd and 7,
3,
something like that,
3
3rd
and 2.
4. When they keep it in those single digits, then they'll be able to sustain the series, or they'll constantly be able to have better field position. You have better opportunities to keep those sticks moving. So that's my rapid fire, boom, 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 keys to the game. We got guys lining up. We are about ready to kick off. It's about 60 degrees out there.
Feels great.
It's a little cool for me, but, hey, this is what Friday Night Lights and fall time is all about. So let me go over what we got tonight for our sorry, did I cut you off, D?
No, I was just going to say some key names you want to look out on defense for both teams will be Frederick Digby and Donovan Reeves for the Bobcats, along with Alonzo Henderson and Carlos Strong. Those are really key. Now, what were you going to say about
So we got that was all, by the way, sponsored by First Security Bank. Check them out at fsbokc.com if you want to find your community bank. Now we have Star Spencer going, so our field's going to be running west to east, east to west. So to our left is going to be the west end zone. To our right will be the east end zone. Star Spencer has decided to receive the opening kickoff. They're going to be in their all blues tonight. They got the blue helmets, the navy blue shirts and pants. Millwood's in their white helmets, white jerseys, and blue pants. And Millwood's going to be kicking from the east to the west. So we got a good one, and we have timed this perfectly. We are ready for Millwood versus Star Spencer. Kickoff is up. We got a wave, so we got a fair catch there.
That was number 5 on that catch.
Fair catch by number 5 for Star Spencer. That'll be Seneca Davis. And they're going to get us kickoff. Their first snap's going to be on their own 29-yard line. In at quarterback will be Fakari Carter.
And it's Fakari like Ferrari because that boy is fast. I'm just saying.
He does have some athletic ability, no doubt. Behind him as a running back with him will be Kaleon Johnson. Split out wide in the slot there will be, of course, James Reed. And all the way up split in will be Gabriel Butler to our near side here. Handoff goes to Johnson up the middle, gets stuffed very quickly. Might have lost a few yards on that carry right there. Millwood was able to detect that one pretty easily. So that's going to bring up second and, well, maybe he got back to the original line of scrimmage. May have lost a hair or two.
Looked like Dedrick Jones on that stop, came back from his linebacker position, was able to shoot the gap and come around and shut that down. He read it very quickly.
All right, so that'll bring up second and 10. Two receivers to the near side, two receivers to the far side. Johnson kind of in a pistol formation behind Carter. Carter's looking to the sidelines, trying to get those last-minute plays or audibles in.
4 seconds.
Snap goes to Carter's. Looking right, gets flushed to the left. Looking down the sideline, actually takes it for a carry. Gets some positive yardage on the play. That'll be a good amount, about 4 or 5 yards on the carry right there. So that's what we're talking about, these. Stay ahead of those sticks.
Yeah, he was in trouble. Alonzo Henderson came from his defensive end point and chased him down. Had to get out of bounds quickly. As long as he gained 3 yards, that's good.
All right, we're down to 11 minutes in the first quarter. Score still 0-0. No quick scores just yet. That's happened in some games before, so we want to make sure we're keeping our listeners in tune. That they know, it's not what is happening, whether it be good or bad. But right now, it's something indifferent. We don't have much going on just yet. Reed's in the slot once again. Two receivers to the far side. Butler out and split in. We do have a flag on the play.
For the Bobcats, get out the cage.
So that will most likely indicate to me that we're going to have a false start. We'll wait for the official word from our head referee tonight, who is Marcus Walker. So a dead ball false start on the offense indeed. The rest of our umpire referee crew tonight, we have umpire Dean Henniger, line judge Trenton Williams, head lineman tonight is Archie Chappelle, and the back judge is Harmon Ray. So that is our officiating crew tonight. So we hope they are able to keep this game all leveled up and make some good calls. Keep everybody happy. That's always what we want. We don't upset anybody. Carter looked to the right, and it was knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Henderson.
Was that Henderson again? I thought it was. So he was looking for a quick little kind of screen pass to Reed right there, but Henderson read that perfectly and got up in the air, got those arms extended, able to bat it down.
Yeah, all 6 foot of him, 207, got up in the air, and he just swallowed up that ball, just knocked it down to the ground as if it was a fly on the wall.
So that'll bring up fourth down now and about 12. So they got the punting team in, which includes Reed. He's going to be the punter for tonight. Back to receive for Millwood will be Xavier Thompson, number 15. He's lined up just shy of his fake run right there. Reed's taking it around the right-hand side. And near side gets around to the 30, almost the 35.
He's going to be just
that will
short.
Be, well, pretty short. He need to get to the 39-yard line. He might have gotten to the 35 right there, but I don't mind a little, throw out the dice right there, gamble a little bit on the first series. It probably was unexpected by Millwood on that one.
Yeah, but like I said, that coaching sideline, they've coached him well. Even though they didn't expect it, they still read it correctly and was able to shut it down.
Yeah, credit to the defense there for being able to sniff that one out at the last minute and keep them from getting to that first down. So now Millwood's going to take over on the Star Spencer 35-yard line. Man in motion for the Falcons. And McElwee gets it off to Ricky Hunt. He's around the right-hand side, finds a crease all the way down into the end zone.
Falcons.
He found a little crease right through the right-hand side of the line, bounced to the outside, and he just turned on the Jets, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, that was great blocking up front by the Falcons. That offensive line of the Falcons just opened up that hole like it was a side of water, and there was nothing they could do. Once Ricky Hunt turned on the Jets and got through the hole, all you seen was cleats and end zone.
That was disrespectful of Ricky Hunt right there. Did not even give me a chance to introduce him to our listeners right there. He just took the ball and went in riding with it. I barely got McElwee in there, but they're going to go for two, by the way. I need to stop talking and kind of get to what's going on. So now we have Henderson lined up at quarterback. McElwee's lined up in the slot to the right. Man in motion goes Hunt. Snap goes to Henderson. Cuts up to the middle on a draw play. Gets into the end zone, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion successful for the Falcons, which will bring the score quickly 8-0 with 10:45 left in the first quarter. 2 plays on offense for the Falcons, 2 plays of a score. So a nice, that's about a 35-yard scamper there by Ricky Hunt, and then a 2-point conversion by Henderson. Their dynamic duo in the backfield right there, right off the bat, 2 scores for the Falcons. That's the way you start the game.
Yeah, and remember me saying that we're going to need the fire department because there's a lot of speed on the field?
We
just saw the first example of it.
You're just trying to just toot your own horn there right there, D, to make sure everybody knows that you're the man and you're calling everything like Nostradamus.
Well, I'm D right for a reason, and that last name is correct.
Well, then it's not spelled correct.
I didn't say I was a speller. I just know what to do.
Okay. All right, so Millwood's coming back out. We're going to have a kicker for Millwood. That's going to be Martin Nullit. Martin is a senior, 5'5", 121 pounds, probably soaking wet there.
Yeah.
He's a little guy, but I've seen his leg. He does have quite the leg. Now,
yeah, he's all leg.
They gave a little pooch kick, so we're going to see if he does that again or if he wants to kick it down to the receivers for Star Spencer, which are going to be Makai Gillum, and I believe that's going to be Gabriel Butler. It's going to be back to receive. They're cheating up a little bit.
Yeah, they're expecting the pooch kicking, so they're all cheating up, expecting it to go short. They don't know that he has a leg on him. He can kick it behind their heads.
The up backs are cheating up a little bit too. Let's see what the leg is. So another kick down, lands about the 25-yard line. See if it goes out of bounds, which it does. So that'll be a nice little field position for Star Spencer to start the next series on.
Yeah, that ball danced along. It landed at the 25 and then danced along and finally went out of bounds at the 10. And told you, he's got a little foot on him.
I've seen him kicking the extra points and the field goals, so he'll kick those from time to time, but I guess Millwood just didn't even want to mess with kicking on after that first touchdown there. They just want to go straight for the 2 and get as many points on the board as they can, as quick as they can. All right, and we may have a new quarterback there. Looks like to be Kaleon John. No, that was, okay, Carter. Thought for a minute that was number 3. He was trying to get a short little screen pass out there intended for Makai Gillum. It was a little short, kind of laying at his feet. Gillum couldn't quite pull it in.
Yeah.
But Carter still is quarterback. I just saw Johnson back there. I got the numbers mixed up.
Carlos Strong was, for the Falcons, was in his way. He's had to throw over him, and that's a lot of man to throw over.
Millwood's going to have 4 down linemen with 3 linebackers right now, 4 in the defensive backfield. So 2 playing cornerbacks, 2 safeties. Carter gets the handoff to. We got a fumble on the play.
Ball's out. Falcons think they have it.
Kaleon Johnson got the carry, but kind of got spun around. It looks like somebody was able to grab his arm.
Carlos Strong has the ball.
And jarred the bar loose.
Falcon ball.
So the Bobcats only got 2 plays on that series on that one before turnover off of a nice fumble. A great defensive play there by the Falcons to make sure they jarred that ball loose by just grabbing Johnson's arm, and he just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, they put him in the spin cycle there. One turned him left, one turned him right, and they pulled in between, and ball just popped out, landed in Carlos Strong's hands.
McElwee back in at quarterback. He's got 3 running backs. Ricky Hunt was behind him. Now he splits out into the slot on the far side. And Xavier Thompson is split out wide to the near side. Pass goes to, looks like maybe Hunt again. He gets close to the first down. I'm not sure if he got that one. It was just a quick little pass right there from McElwee.
Nope.
Yeah, I believe that was Hunt.
Yeah, I thought it was Asher Earl, but it was Ricky Hunt.
Asher Earl is out there, but that one was to Hunt. He did get about a yard shy of the first down, so that'll bring up 2nd and maybe 1.5. We'll call it. We'll do halfsies today. 2 in the backfield once again for McElwee.
Look like a blitz coming from
Henderson
the Bobcats.
And Hunt. The fake goes to Hunt, but McElwee takes it up the middle on a draw play. Loses his helmet and gets all the way down inside the 15-yard line, right about the 14-yard line. So he's going to have to come out for a play on that one because he lost his helmet. So we'll see who they put in there. My guess it'll be Hunt. Hunt does split everything. Time from at quarterback. Yeah, everything is probably the better way to describe it. He's kind of like the everything bagel, right?
Yeah,
for the team.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he was up here broadcasting last week.
No, I wouldn't let him do that. I wouldn't let him take my job. No, sir. So Hunt is in the backfield. He's got 3 linemen, including Henderson to his right. In motion goes
flag.
Deontay Shaw, or is a flag on the play. Also with him in the backfield is Chaz Doolin. So 23 Chaz Doolin and Deontay Shaw, 22 and 23, along with Henderson. Almost kind of like a wishbone formation,
Yeah,
I guess.
it's a reverse of the old school wishbone, more into the diamond formation.
Diamond, that's a better word for it. I like that. So 3 backs in the backfield, 2 split out wide. Shaw goes in motion, but 23 right there, that's Chaz Doolin on the carry.
Brought down by number 99.
Gets right about to the
Reeves.
original line of scrimmage, so that'll bring about 2nd and 10. And that'll bring him right inside the 10-yard line. No, I'm sorry, inside the 14-yard line. So McElwee back in at quarterback. He's got his three backs behind him. Thompson out to the left. Handoff goes to Henderson up the middle, cuts left, finds a couple of room, and just drags the defender into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Falcons. Just dragging defenders. He's hit the left side. They've hit the right side. They're finding holes on each side right now. Right now, Spencer's not quite able to plug either of the holes, and the Falcons are exploiting it, and they get another touchdown. So that brings the score 14-0. Just under 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and they're going to line up again for a 2-point conversion, despite the fact that we know Nullit can kick those, but they're just going to go right straight for the jugular with these 2-point conversions. Henderson back at quarterback, lined with an empty backfield, but then Hunt goes in motion. Fake goes to Hunt. Throw it. And Henderson gets a throw into the corner of to the end zone. Asher Earl gets the pass. Nobody around him except his own teammate on that one. Xavier Thompson, both in the corner end zone. A beautifully drawn-up play on that one. Star Spencer went for the fake, but Henderson found a quick little pass-off into the end zone right there for the 2-point conversion. And I apologize, that was number 12 along with Henderson. That's Isaiah Leonard. Leonard was in the end zone, not Thompson. So beautifully drawn up play. That'll bring up the score down to 16-0 after 2 scores, 2 extra points. And D has got our scoring recap, which we will recap in a little while. But so far, it's been close enough action in the game. There's really not time for recap just yet until we go a little bit more down the road. So just under 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter now. Everybody's still got their timeouts. The Star Spencer D needs to figure something out right now. They've had 2 kind of busted series and a turnover, which has turned into 8 points.
Yeah, they got to get some blocking up front, and not just blocking, because they're holding them pretty good, and they're opening up holes. Those holes are just closing so quickly for the Bobcats that it's hard to get anything going. And they were going good on that first series, moving the ball and getting ready to move the chains, had a penalty, brought them back, and ever since then, they've been kind of slowly running in mud. If they can get out of that mud, they can start moving this ball and get this game back close.
Kickoff goes to Bobcats number 3. That's going to be Jones again, or Johnson, excuse me. He gets up to the 43-yard line. So about a 13-yard return.
That's going to be
on
a nice
the kickoff
start
right there. That's definitely some good field position. Just about 6 yards away from getting into Millwood territory. That'll be the best field position of the evening so far. In the backfield for Spencer now will be Emilio Hernandez. That's going to be a freshman for him. I've seen him in games past. Now, he does have some wiggle ability. He's small in stature, but he likes to hide behind that line and then kind of squirt out for a quick run. There he goes. He did it right there off the right-hand side. Cuts up a little bit, gets to the 47-yard line.
He's just short of that first down.
So the referees are in disagreement. I got one referee lined up at 46, one at the 47. Looks like the ref at the 46 is going to give way to the guy at the 47. So Bobcats might lose a yard on that one, according to the referee. But
it was a good, nice run.
It was about an 8-yard run on the carry right there by Hernandez. So I say if that works, stick with it until they can stop it.
You know, and that was good. He like you said, he ran underneath, got behind the big mollies, got underneath, ran underneath the coverage for the Falcons.
Davis and Gillum on the far side lined up. Reed in the slot over here. Handoff once again goes to Hernandez. Hits a brick wall this time of Falcons, including Henderson once again.
Henderson and Strong. He ran right into the belly of Strong, and that is a no-go.
No gain there on the carry for Hernandez, so that'll bring up 3rd and 1 at the Falcons' 47-yard line. Carter coming back out. He's got Davis and Hernandez in the backfield. Well, we're going to huddle up and kind of talk about this for just a second, see if there's any kind of last-minute motivational speech they can do.
Get a block is what they need to say.
Hit the man in front of you.
Yeah, that's what they need to be saying. Get a block, hit somebody, do something. Give me a couple minutes.
Gabriel Butler on the near side with Reed, but we have a little confusion there. I'm not sure.
They downed it?
I'm not sure what that was there. Play blown dead. Maybe there's an injury that the referees or equipment failure. They're sending number 50 for Millwood out. That's Darius Jones.
Yeah, he must have something wrong with his equipment. So.
Heading over to the sideline, so they're going to substitute somebody in there for him.
Coming in is number 88, which is
Jonathan Parker.
You're right.
All right, so that's the only thing I can figure. They didn't really give us a signal, but the clock
Everything
starts
stopped.
up. Just over 7 minutes left to go. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 to the far side, and I was going to say, I don't know if it was maybe just not a clean snap right there, but Carter took the ball, and I don't know if that was a design draw play or if he just kind of was trying to make something after maybe a bobbled snap there. But nonetheless,
it's technically 4th down, and he's going to lose a yard.
It's technically a carry for Carter.
I'm not liking
no
the play
gain on
right
the
here.
play, and so he's coming over the sideline. I couldn't quite see exactly what happened. I just may have been a bad snap, and he just tried to go forward.
That's the only thing I can go with because he looked like he just wanted to dive forward as if he was an inch away on a quarterback sneak, but he's 2 yards away.
I don't know about you, but I want to put James Reed in the backfield and put all 240 pounds
up
that's
what
and
I
just
want to do,
barrel
just
through. And they try to power it with Carter instead, but he gets nowhere. Matter of fact, he gets pushed backwards. And, lost about 4 yards on the carry right there.
Yeah, that was he didn't even get a chance to get out of the I want to say the huddle, but he didn't really get out of the snap. He got the snap, and he was already in trouble with the Falcon line with Strong and Henderson moving in.
Now, Carter's only 137 pounds according to the roster here, whereas James Reed is 215. I said 240. That was, I guess, an exaggeration. But I'm going to go with 80 pounds more on a little bit of a momentum to just carry that ball right up the middle. But they didn't go with it nonetheless, so that's going to be a turnover on down. So the Falcons will take over on the Bobcats' 49-yard line with just under 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
And there's a timeout.
Going to have, no, I think that was a thaw. So flag on the play on that one, and then the referee decides, nope, never mind, I was just kidding, I'm going to pick that one up. So instead we now may have
flag off.
A timeout.
Yeah, they waved the flag off, and it's going to be a timeout
taken by the Falcons. All right, so that's going to give us a chance to take a timeout as well. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. We'll be back after these messages.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help.
Price is high. You sell it. Boomer Kia wants your vehicle, no matter the brand or the condition. Boomer Kia will pay off your trade no matter what you owe, and will give you cash for your car today. So make the switch to a brand new Kia with zero money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 6 full months. Only at Boomer Kia. Worried about your credit? Don't be. Get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Click the iPrecheck banner at boomerkia.com. I'm James Wade, General Manager here at Boomer Kia. I'm here every single day. If you're not 100% satisfied, don't leave. See me.
With approved credit with KMF. Deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale. 0% for 60 months. 1666 cost per thousand. Example 2021 Kia Forte plus tax tag and license. Expires 10/5/21.
Let's get back to more play-by-play Millwood Falcons football. Only on Heart and Soul 92.1 at 1140.
All right, listeners, we apologize. That was as quick as a timeout as anything, and we missed a play in between there. And all it took was one play for the Falcons to get themselves a touchdown. Now they're going for 2 points right now with Henderson up the middle on a draw. And this time he's going to be denied. But on that play that we missed during the commercial break, and that's no fault of ours, guys, they just took a timeout, took a quick drink of water, came back out in the field and ran a play. So that was as quick as anything. But what happened was, let me recap this for you. Let's paint a picture for you. So McElwee took the snap in a shotgun formation, rolled out to the right, and he found Xavier Thompson all alone on the sideline right around the 25-yard line, all by himself with nobody near him. He turns, heads down the sideline into the end zone without anybody touching him. So another 6 point for the Falcons on a pass play by McElwee. So a beautifully run play right there. Star Spencer just kind of busted the coverage there. So that brought the score up to 22-0. And Millwood once again went for a 2-point conversion. Henderson took a draw up the middle, but Star Spencer was ready for that one, D, and stuffed it to keep another 2 points from happening.
Yeah, they had a run blitz on when they had that pass, and Thompson got behind him and was all alone, and he turned on the Jets and just speed up down the sidelines. There was nothing the Bobcats could do but just watch as Henderson got in the end zone. And since they were so good at stopping the run up the middle, they ran blitz again, and which stopped the 2-point conversion.
All right, so our score 22-0 with 5:25 left on the clock here at Twidwell Stadium. Now the Falcons have looks like a new kicker here, Alonzo Henderson.
Henderson's going to kick.
One of their other kind of, Swiss Army blades here. He's now going to be kicking for the Falcons. Not sure if Martin Nullit is okay, or maybe they just want to kind of switch it up, give some people some more opportunity here. A good kick for Millwood, takes it out the 18-yard line, is going to be Gillum, comes over to the near sideline to his own sideline. He'll get knocked out of bounds right around the 33-yard line for the Star Spencer Bobcats with just over 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. So we have a lot of scores already, D, in the first quarter. We still got plenty of time left.
This is the first time I've ever seen the kicker on the kickoff be one of the first people down the field. I'm just amazed at that.
That's Alonzo Henderson for you. The guy, he gives his all, and I saw that last game as well. He's in on every play.
Yeah.
He's giving it 100% every single play, and I love that about these guys.
Yeah, he's all over the field.
It means they're well coached.
Yes.
So, Coach Franklin has done well to coach his players, and still learning process for these guys. But when they do that, they're giving their all for the coach and their teammates. So kudos to him. All right, handoff goes to Hernandez. Dodges one tackler in the backfield, but he is not able to dodge the two other tacklers right there in front of him that just gobbled him up. It was, in fact, Carlos Strong, number 71 for the Falcons.
Along with number 10, Frank Smith. He got past Cameron Carter, who was on a little blitz there. He got past him, but he was unable to get away from the big arms of Carlos Strong.
Carlos Strong is a junior, 6'1", 239 on my roster right now. So he's a good size, typical for a defensive lineman. He's lined up at tackle, but in college that'd be perfect size for an end.
A lot of movement. The Falcons pointing at the Bobcats, but looks like it's going to go against the Falcons. See what the referees say right here as they discuss it.
So dead ball, false start on the Bobcats. Exactly what they don't want to do. They don't want to get behind those sticks and have to make up even more ground. They need to keep those things as short as possible for them.
And when they show promise, they're one play they show good, and then two plays they're doing bad. They're moving themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot, and they're moving backwards, going against the chains, and getting themselves in a deeper hole. And once they get in a deep hole, those Falcons can just release and just go at will. They got to get the Bobcats on a short plane to the chains so that they can timeout on the referee. It's equipment timeout, and they've got to start moving forward. But the Bobcats have got to start moving forward, and I know it's a difficult task with this Falcons defense. This Falcons defense is very strong, and in all levels, the linebackers, the front seven, as well as the secondary. And it's a very difficult task, but if they can kind of misdirection and maybe get the Falcons moving one way and cut back against them, going against the grain, maybe that'll work. Right now, it doesn't look good for the Bobcats. There's going to be a timeout on the field right now. The Bobcats are going to take a timeout and discuss some things.
All right, so the Bobcats do take a timeout. Coach Robinson wants to kind of talk some things over. They had some issues with some equipment there, trying to get some players in and out. Now he's talking to the referee. Maybe he's trying to influence him a little bit and say, hey, what's going on here? So I'll tell you what, let's see if we can take a timeout and not miss any action. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. We'll be right back.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Could be more to your story with IBSC. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Let's get back to more play-by-play Millwood Falcons football. Holding up Heart and Soul 92.1.
All right. We are back at it at Twidwell Stadium here at Star Spencer High School. We are just about to get back to some action here. The coaches are still kind of working the referees right now. I have no idea what the issue is, if they're taking kind of I guess maybe some issues with. What the issue is that they're taking the issues with.
Yeah, and
you heard it correct.
Yeah, I heard it correct. But I'm still lost on. Well, we're missing one referee right now. We're missing the white hat. The white hat's not out there. I'm not sure if he had some equipment issues or what's going on.
You're right, he is. Oh, he's over there talking with the Millwood coaches.
He's talking to Coach Franklin.
So we're all having a little powwow right now.
Well, everybody's discussing. Well, somebody need to discuss how this Bobcat is going to make a game of this, because right now the only way they're only moving backwards so far, and that's not good for them. And this Falcons defense is right now, they are not even bending and breaking. They are just stopping. They let you do 4 plays, and they want the ball back.
Now, I'm noticing that the Millwood defense is starting to creep up and kind of crowd that box a little bit. They're daring the Bobcats to be able to throw it either over the middle or throw it long, which right now is a good strategy until they can do that. Bobcats are still going to try and run that ball because they're not getting a whole lot of time to really drop back and survey the field right now. And even, that's if Carter gets a good snap.
Yeah.
They've had some bobbles. They've had some fumbles. So right now, Millwood is playing it correctly, but we got to figure out if Star Spencer can figure out some sort of strategy to get the ball out in space, because right now they're kind of just running into that brick wall right now.
And that's going to be their only key, is to see if they can get the Falcons going one way and come back and play underneath them. But with that, the Falcons are coached so well by Coach Franklin and his staff, they're not going to read too many misdirection or fakes or moving one way, because they are known for disciplined play, and they're very disciplined. The Falcons, that's what I'm speaking of. The Falcons are very disciplined, and they're a very smart team because they are coached very well. All right, we finally got it all discussed, and everybody's lined up now. Now we can get ready to play.
All right, so now the referee has given us the signal to start the clock again. So we're now at 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Bobcats have got 3 receivers now to the near side, 1 to the far side. Man of motion goes for the Bobcats. That's Davis. And then we have another play blown dead by the referees. False start on the offense. So they're backed up quite a bit now. That'll be about 2nd down and about 20 to go now. So They're not listening to my keys of the game.
They're not.
They need to stay ahead of those sticks and keep it out of the double digits, but they're walking backwards. So they're just
they must have got confused when you said stay ahead of the sticks instead of stay away from the sticks. They heard it wrong. So they're moving away from the sticks when they need to be moving closer to the sticks.
Maybe it's my Tennessee accent that they don't understand sometimes, so I can understand that. Well, nonetheless, we got 2nd and 20 now for the Bobcats. They're backed up all the way to their own, call it 14-yard line. They got to get up to the 49-yard line. Or no,
they're at the 20. Was that
24? 24. Did I say 14? I'm sorry, 24-yard line. And now they're going to take another timeout. So let's do the same. What do you say?
Yeah, because that way we can mention our sponsors when we come back.
Yeah, we do need to get our sponsors in. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health in St. Anthony and OG&E.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Pain and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Visit a doctor in person or online. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Abbey and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Let's get back to play-by-play Millwood Falcons football. Holding on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Here we go. Carter takes a snap. Looking back, cuts that back the middle on a draw. Gets to the 30-yard line, to the 33-yard line. He made up some quite a bit of room right there. Almost got back to the original line of scrimmage with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Millwood Falcons still up 22-0 over the Star Spencer Bobcats. The Bobcats are just looking for any kind of glimmer of hope and momentum right here, but they've got a third. And then you know what? I'm going to call it third and manageable now at 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 20, which is where they were just about a minute ago. So now
they've got a shot. That kind of opens up the playbook.
A little bit more because there's no 3rd and 20 plays in the playbook.
Right, and 3rd and 10, you know they got to be coming out passing. So the Falcons know this. So they're going to pin their ears back.
And a pass goes to Reed over the middle here, gosh, closely to the
Asher Earl on the stop.
On the by the numbers, right around the
it's going to be short about
45-yard line. So that's going to be very, very close. It's been on where these referees actually put this down. So they need to get to about the 44, so he's going to come up about the 43-yard line. So that's going to be about 4th and 1.5 now for the Bobcats, and they're going to go ahead and go for it. So a nice pass there by Carter to get it to his playmaker, Reed. And Reed was gobbled up by 2 of the Falcons players, which is tough. You're going to need to bring 2 guys to bring down Reed.
That was led by Asher Earl on that stop.
A little jump for the Falcons right there. That's going to be exactly what the Bobcats need, a little bailout right there. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty for offsides on the defense. So that'll give the Bobcats
their first down of the game.
First down of the evening. So our first down sponsor is Communication Federal Credit Union. Communication Federal Credit Union has branches in Oklahoma and is committed to providing the best overall value of financial products and services available to our members. All right, so we got 1st and 10 now for the Bobcats right on their 48-yard line. So they're very close to getting back into Falcons territory, D.
That is ironic that was our first down of the game by either team because the Falcons, they only ran like 8 plays.
Yeah.
And they scored.
So each time they did get past the 6, they were
balls out.
They have a fumble on the play there.
Either way, it's going to be Falcons'
Hernandez was on the carry, and he got rocked by a Falcons player.
Yeah.
And bounced backward, and when he got bounced backward, there was no ball whatsoever
he ended
included in his body right there.
He ended up on the 45-yard line. The ball ended up on the 50-yard line. 1-yard gain, but he did not. He did get the. They're giving him
the Bobcats got the ball back.
Giving him on momentum, he got past the first down before he fumbled.
And it was actually, according to the sticks right now, even a little bit of a gain. So 2nd and 9.
Yeah, so now it should be first down. But
it's not moving backwards, D.
All right.
So 3 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near side. The near side will be Gabriel Butler. Fakari.
Oh, Henderson. Henderson jumped up out of the sky.
Yeah, another great play. Was that Henderson again? That was Henderson. Carter was looking left for a quick kind of bubble screen to his one of the 3 receivers out there on the far side.
And it was open, but Henderson just jumped and
got a big old paw on it right there.
Yeah, he almost intercepted and caught it.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 9 now for the Bobcats. Reed's getting the play call along with Carter.
This is the best drive for the Bobcats right now. Not to step on you, sorry about that, but this is the best drive for the Bobcats.
So they're going to have 3 receivers to the far side again, 1 more to the near side. In a pistol formation, Carter drops back. He's got Henderson in the backfield. Henderson was shot out of a cannon.
Wow.
And brings Carter down at the 35-yard line. Henderson just
I don't understand. Let me just say, Carter went on a 7-step drop, and by the time he got to the 7th step, he had Henderson around his waist coming from his defensive end spot. He, like you said, was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that boy is fast.
Henderson, by the time Carter had his foot planted into the dirt, Henderson was giving him a big old Halloween how do you do hug.
Yeah.
Right there.
Going to bring up 4th down.
Yep, so that's 4th and very, very long. That's going to bring it into our quarter, actually. So we're now at the end of our first quarter with the Millwood Falcons up 22 over the Star Spencer Bobcats. Let's get our sponsors in real quick. Communication Federal Credit Union, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, SSM Health at St. Anthony's Hospital, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Big O's Pork and Dreams, First Security Bank, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Langston University, the Black Chronicle newspaper, the Oklahoma City Black Chamber, Power 103.5, and Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. We got a few sponsor break here. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Life doesn't wait when you're
Car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Earthquake insurance from 2011 to present. Was your home damaged in an Oklahoma earthquake? Did you submit an insurance claim to State Farm? Did State Farm deny or lowball your claim? If so, it is not too late to recover the compensation you deserve. Between 2011 and 2017, Oklahoma experienced a dramatic increase in the rate and magnitude of earthquakes. These quakes caused significant damage to homes in Oklahoma. Insurance companies often deny claims for earthquake damage in Oklahoma, leaving you with an unsafe home and expensive repairs. If your claim was denied or underpaid because of so-called pre-existing damage, unrelated earth settlement, or for any other reason, you may be entitled to significant cash recovery from State Farm. The Marr Law Firm has experience fighting for homeowners like you. Call now for a free evaluation of your claim.
Please call 800-508-8310. That is 800-508-8310.
Let's get back to more play-by-play Millwood Falcons football. Only on Heart and Soul 92.1.
All right, we are back at it, and we are still in it. So these are some of the quickest rapid-fire timeouts and between the quarter breaks I've seen. So we missed a couple plays right there. So the Star Spencer Bobcats, to get you caught up, had a punt from James Reed. It was a high snap, which he brought down, got the punt off somehow. Ricky Hunt collected it about the 45-yard line, brought it down to the opposing 35-yard line. Then he takes the next handoff and gets it down to the 25-yard line. So they've got a first down for the Millwood Falcons on the Star Spencer 25-yard line.
Which is their first down of the game.
Which is their first, technically, yeah, I guess so, without a touchdown.
Without a touchdown, because they've been scoring within 4 plays.
So that was our Communication Federal Credit Union first down right there for the Falcons. Now, D coming back out of this the first quarter, the Millwood Falcons have definitely established themselves in a very dominant way, that they're running on the ground or throwing it on defense. They're getting in between the ball and the receiver. They're getting the sacks in the backfield. The Bobcats need to figure out some sort of ingredient here to really kind of get themselves going right now. Anything that can work to give themselves a chance to at least maybe climb back a little bit in this quarter.
Yeah, and right now the Falcons have started to spread the game out and starting to run the ball wide, using their speed to get to the outside for the Falcons, using Ricky Hunt along with Henderson in the middle, and just using their speed to get to the outside. It's going to be hard for the Bobcats to do anything with that.
3 men in the backfield for McElwee. Gets the ball off to Henderson. Comes right, cuts up the middle, comes back over to the left, gets over to the sideline, gets down to the end zone. Alonzo Henderson, another 6 for the Falcons.
Yep. 5 Falcons, 5. They've scored again.
He came around the right-hand side, cut up to the left-hand side, cut more over to the left-hand side, and saw that sideline and saw, I see a lot of green and 6 points ahead in front of me. Gets into the end zone, brings the score to 28-0. Falcons now up with a little over 11 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and they're going to line right back up for those 2 points. Henderson back at quarterback. Hits the handoff to Hunt. Hunt throws it down into the end zone. He was trying to find his quarterback on that one. Well, I guess the typical quarterback, that was McElwee, who lined up kind of in the slot right there.
But you got to say, good coverage by the Falcons.
He was covered
by the Bobcats. That was one of the better plays they covered. Ricky Hunt trying to throw that a little quicker than he wanted to. If he would have set up his feet, he probably would have got that in there.
There was no touch or finesse there for Hunt.
He tried to zip it in like a fastball.
That was a laser to McElwee. McElwee was covered well, so let's give some props to the Bobcats for making sure that they didn't give up another 2 points, and they covered that one well. So now we are still at 28-0 in favor of the Falcons right now, and the Bobcats are kind of over pursuing. I've seen that a lot in the last series right there. They're
especially when Henderson took off toward the sidelines, and then he cut it back. There was nothing but green grass over there because all the Bobcats had shifted to one side.
They need to maintain a little bit of space but still pursue the ball carrier. But as soon as he cut back to the left, everybody on the Bobcat squad was all over here opposite of the right hash mark, and they saw plenty of green in the middle of the field. Looks like we're going to get our old kicker back, Nullit. Martin Nullit's going to be able to kick this one now. So Henderson's done enough for now. He's got a couple touchdowns and everything else, so they're going to let him rest for a minute. So in comes Nullit once again. The Bobcats are going to line up around their 30-yard line and 25-yard line, anticipation of this kick.
They've all scooted up close, expecting the ball to be cut short. The Bobcats are their deepest man is right at the 25-yard line.
Nullit with the kick, and it's going to land at the 25-yard line, picked up by Johnson, and he's trying to make a man miss, but he's not getting too far at all.
He might have gained 2 yards.
That was Gillum, Makai Gillum, number 10 for the Bobcats. He was able to scoop that one up.
Yeah.
So Makai Gillum on the return, not much doing there. So they're going to get the ball on their own 26-yard line.
Now they did very good on the last drive. They got some passing. They got to spread the ball out a little bit, got outside of that Falcons front 7. If they can do that again and maybe continue a drive, but they've got it started right here on this first play.
Let me correct myself. That's the 23-yard line for the Bobcats. My eyes maybe not as good as they used to be, D, but I'm still giving my old college try here. So handoff goes to Hernandez, makes a couple guys miss, but then gets a wallop right around the line of scrimmage right there. He was able to dodge one man in the backfield, get up to the line of scrimmage there. Not much doing on that one.
Yeah, he got past the front 4, and he got the linebacker core for the Falcons was right there filling in the holes, and he was unable to get anywhere but get back to the original line of scrimmage. that Falcon defense, it swarms, and it is deadly.
Henderson still one of the big linemen. He's lined up on the end of the right side. They're still going to have about 8 men in the box right now with 2 defensive backs and a safety. Well, 2 cornerbacks and a safety. It looks like Carter was going to throw, pulls it down instead, goes up the middle, and gets met by Henderson again.
Henderson
as
and
well
Frank
as,
Smith.
Frank Smith, number
10.
10. And I saw also give some love to Damian Walker, number 64. I believe he was in on the play. Call his name. That's a junior, 6'3", 250, so he's a big boy as well in there. So they got some size in there. They're going to make sure that
size
they
and
dominate.
speed. The Falcons,
They're dominating the trenches right now. That is the Falcons. So now we're just under 10 minutes. Actually closer to 9.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter now before halftime.
28-0 is our score in favor of the Falcons.
Bobcats trying to get any kind of momentum going right now, give themselves a first down. Carter's going to drop back. He looks over the middle, throws it. Interception by Leonard. He was looking for. A nice tackle there right there. Gabriel Butler on the tackle right there. He was looking for Seneca Davis deep, but a nice play by the Falcons right there. I think there may have been a little bit of deflection and interception nonetheless. So another turnover for the Bobcats. Just really kind of hurting themselves right there with these plays. But that was one of the few times that Carter actually had some time to look downfield.
He actually had time. There was only one person in front of him. That was Henderson, and he tried to just throw it over him. But it was just not in favor of the Bobcats.
So with over 9 minutes left to go, the Falcons are going to take over right around their own, the Bobcats' 34-yard line. They're going to have a couple guys in motion, only one man in the backfield. Looks to be Henderson for McElwee right now. McElwee's going to drop back, doesn't want to throw, gets met in the backfield and thrown for a huge loss up the 41-yard line right there. Number 74 for the Bobcats, Frederick Derbigny right there.
And, you know, he was one of the names we mentioned earlier in the pregame about if we're going to be calling names on defensive linemen, and he was one of them.
Derbigny is a 265, 6'5 senior, so he's got some size on him, and he grabbed a hold of McElwee and just kind of said, no, you're going to sit down right here.
Stay with me, young man.
All right, so now we've got 2 receivers to the near side, 2 in the backfield, 1 to the far side, and in motion goes Henderson over to the right-hand side, about the tight end position. McElwee's going to roll to the right, tuck it and go, not even looking downfield. Hops over defender, gets inside the 30-yard line for a nice gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and about 5 now for the Falcons.
Yeah, that was a nice run. That was a quarterback run all the way. He got that ball, quarterback sweep, actually. And as he got the ball, took it over the right side. Falcons had it blocked very well, but the Bobcats were able to sneak through and just get enough of McElwee to bring him down.
Henderson, Hunt, and Shaw in the backfield. Hunt gets the carry and gets met in the backfield. A nice tackle right there. That's going to be Kaleon Johnson. Kaleon Johnson, number 3 for the Bobcats, was able to get in the backfield and do exactly what you need to do. You need to wrap up those feet, those ankles, because he's not going anywhere without those.
Right.
So now just over 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Thompson goes out, 3 men in the backfield for the Falcons. Some motion up front. And we're going to see if that's going to be offsides on the defense or a false start. Yep, offsides on the defense right there. James Reed was getting a little too anxious right there.
And you don't want that on 4th down. You definitely don't want that on 4th down. And if you have that, you just almost gave him another first down.
No, they did give him a first down because it was they only needed 4 yards. They got 5. So that's a Communication Federal Credit Union first down for the Falcons. All right, just over 7 minutes left to go. 28-0 for the Falcons. McElwee drops back, looks left, fires over to the first down marker, caught in bounds. The referees say, yeah, he hauls it in.
That was a nice
pass went to Tyshawn Buford, number 7. That's a 6'1", 160 freshman. Big catch right there for the freshman. Very close to the first down marker. They're going to mark him shy of the first down, so 1 yard to go. So bring up 2nd and 1 for the Falcons with 6.5 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was a nice catch. He got both feet down.
Now we've got McElwee getting the snap, fakes the handoff, little run pass option, goes up the middle, does a spin move into the end zone. A little circle button right there, D. If you ever play NCAA football, you hit that circle button and spun around the defender into the end zone. Another 6 points.
That was a nice run, and the Falcons blocked that very well. He kept that, went right up the middle, run pass option, and he kept it himself, took it right up the middle. Like you said, that spin move right there at the 5-yard line, and then he was able to dance his way into the end zone.
34-0 in favor of the Falcons. Just over 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Are they going to actually, they're going to line up for an actual extra point kick this time. Give old Martin Nullit a chance to get him a point on the board for the evening. And there was a foul on the play. Okay, we got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike penalty. There he goes on the Falcons right there. That's surprising. Okay, so they're going to mark
spike the ball.
Spike the ball. So that's the penalty will be will come up on their kickoff rather than the extra point play right here. Nullit gets it up and gets it good.
And the Falcons extend their lead, making it 35-0.
So we have a huge 35-point lead for the Falcons right now. And Nullit's going to celebrate. He's looking this way, giving a thumbs up to somebody over on this sideline right here. So the Falcons are feeling pretty good right now. Bobcats are just kind of figuring out, what do we need to do? Now, D, this is a lot to take in for a quarter and a half of play right now. So what's their mindset right now?
As the team for the Bobcats, you're just trying to find something to work. Right now, the coaching staff is literally doing the old spaghetti thing. You're throwing anything against the wall and seeing if anything and everything works. Because when they've had success, they were able to drive the ball and get some first downs and move the ball and move those chains. But eventually, either penalties or themselves eventually shot themselves in the foot, and they started going backwards.
Let's get in a big thanks to our sponsors, Communication Federal Credit Union, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, SSM Health, St. Anthony's Hospital, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Big O's Pork and Dreams, First Security Bank, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Langston University, the Black Chronicle newspaper, the Oklahoma City Black Chamber, Power 103.5, and Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140. So thank you to all our beautiful sponsors for taking care of us and taking care of these high school athletes. We can't do this without them and their support. So if we support them and they support you, you can support them as well. So we want you to go check out those fine sponsors if given the opportunity, and do your part for the community. They're certainly doing their part for ours.
So after the penalty, with the ball's going to be kicked from the Falcons' own 25-yard line, this could really help out the Bobcats. If they get a good return right here, they could end up with this ball in Falcon territory.
I am sensing a good return coming. I'm going to put my own little kind of mark on this right now. So good return coming. Gets off to the about just shot behind the 40-yard line, over the heads of the Bobcats, but he still picks it up, bounces into his own man, cuts right. That's going to be Kaleon Johnson. So he took it about another 15 yards after it went over his head.
Yeah.
And able to make a positive return over it.
That was very athletic of him to be able to chase the ball down and pick it up and then find where the blockers were set up and get the ball almost to the 50-yard line.
And let's call it like it is. It got a lucky bounce on that. That could have continued to bounce backwards, but it kind of took a little right-hand turn there, and it was able to give Johnson a chance to scoop it up. And he brought it up to the 48-yard line. So they're going to have 1st and 10 on their own 48 with just over 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Carter's got his play. He tells Johnson what the play is going to be, but now the referees are going to blow it dead for something. He's kind of
somebody's got to go out.
He's sending number 50 out again. I don't know if he's got his eyes on number 50 again for Millwood. That's Darius Jones. He sent him out earlier before, so I'm not sure what that's about. Nonetheless, we're going to continue on with our action here. Carter looks left, dumps it off in the backfield. That looks like it was a backwards pass.
I do too. That's a
should be
backwards
scoped
pass.
up. The referees are calling that one
should be
dead.
Touchdown for the Falcons.
Oh, we don't have review on this in this game tonight. But boy, if I was a coach, I would want that one reviewed. If I was Millwood,
because he literally threw it behind him. He lateraled it.
Yeah, that one. It wasn't much of a backwards pass, but in my opinion, that was backwards all the same. Whether it was a couple inches or a couple feet, that one could have been, should have been scooped up for a score, in my opinion. But the referees blow it dead.
That's why they pay you to talk and not referee.
That's right. They make the calls, they make the rules, they enforce them. So we're going to move on. So that's going to bring up 2nd and down now for the Bobcats. So they're going to have 4 receivers. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side, 1 behind Carter as a running back. He's looking left. He just heaves it downfield looking for a man, and he hits it in the hands. Oh, that was Mekhi Gillum.
And he was covered like a blanket by Asher Earl right there.
It was definitely up for grabs for either of them.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 ball.
Earl kind of jumped a little too early on that one. Maybe he misjudged it, and Gillum kind of falling backwards. It hit him in the hand, but he wasn't able to haul it in. That would have been a huge play, but Carter just kind of threw it up for grabs there, and it could have been a big play for him, but it falls dead in regardless right there.
Yeah, he was kind of under duress. There was a Henderson was in front of him, so he was kind of under duress, and if Henderson's coming toward me, I'm going to throw the ball as fast as I can too. I'm just saying.
Oh, we had a little movement right there. And yep, the referee's going to blow that one dead. He was sacked in the backfield by Henderson, but they're not going to actually let that play stand. They're going to call that one back about 5 yards because I saw Kaleon Johnson, a little movement in the backfield right there. The illegal motion.
It's going to be an illegal shift is what's going to be
illegal shift, okay. Yeah, I saw Johnson a little eager to get out of that backfield, and I can't blame him because sometimes those Falcons are hurrying up back there. I want to get out of there quick too.
Before the ball does.
5.5 left to go in the first half. Illegal shift on the offense is the official call. They're going to actually wave that one off.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
So that brings up 4th and about 13 there for the Bobcats, forcing a punt.
Makes Xavier Thompson go to the back deep for the Falcons.
Reed's going to be the punter for the Bobcats, so they'll be line up on the 45-yard line for Reed. Now, last time he had a punt or a snap, it was a little high. Let's see if they get it down for him this time. A little slower. Reed gets it off from the 45. Thompson does catch it at the 31-yard line, gets brought down at the 31-yard line. Great coverage there.
That's number 24.
For Byron Stubbs.
Yeah, that was good coverage by Byron Stubbs. He was able to be a gunner and fight off his defender and get down there just as the ball got there and wrap up Thompson before he could get those engines firing and get
dangerous
those
play by Thompson to go ahead and try and return that one rather than a fair catch.
Yeah, I don't think he expected Stubbs to be there that quick.
But he was indeed. So great play by Stubbs to make sure that there's no extra yardage on the return.
5 minutes to go before halftime. The Falcons are going to be looking to score right here.
All right, so the Falcons take over on their own 31-yard line. Henderson's in motion, lines up in the slot next to the line. Now McAwee rolls right, throws to the right at the sideline. Catch made by Deontay Shaw.
Yeah.
Right around the 37-yard line.
Nice gain. Catch the ball, get out of bounds quickly for the Falcons, stop that clock, and keep moving.
6-yard gain for the Falcons. So that'll bring up 2nd and 4. Shaw's now out of the game. Henderson and Doolin in the backfield. I haven't seen Ricky Hunt in a minute. Now I see him kind of lined up in the backfield. He hasn't been involved. I guess maybe you haven't really necessarily needed him to be involved right now.
Yeah, he's been a decoy in the last few series.
But now he's directly behind McAwee, who's got one man in motion coming over to the left-hand side. Henderson to his left, Hunt behind him, and another flag on the play blown dead. So we're going to have
a game? Nope.
Yep, delay a game by the Falcons on that one. So that's a good sign for the Bobcats to walk him back 5 yards. They're going to take any kind of advantage right now they can.
With less than 5 minutes to go, I would think the Falcons would be in a hurry-up offense trying to score before halftime because they get the ball back at the start of the second half.
McAwee is going to toss it to Hunt in the backfield on the left-hand side. Comes around all the way to the sideline in front of his own squad right there. Gets pushed out of bounds shy of the first down marker, maybe a yard or two. But that was just a quick little toss over to Hunt, and he just got outside real quick.
And then they're using it. That's using their pure speed right there. Someone once said that speed overcomes power because if you can outrun them, you can outscore them.
3rd and 1 for the Falcons with just over 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Ricky Hunt's kind of splitting out, but the handoff goes up the middle to. He's still dragging a couple of finishes.
He's hopping on 1 foot. They had 1 foot. They had him wrapped up in 1 foot.
Way up in the air like he was doing some kind of weird yoga pose. 1 foot kind of just hopping along. That was to Chaz Doolin right there.
But it's another first down for the Falcons.
And his offensive lineman was just like, hey, no, you only need 1 foot. I got your back. We're going to keep pushing you along. So that's another Communication Federal Credit Union first down for the Falcons. Hunt goes back in motion. A little backwards pass to him. Now he's going to be met in the backfield, but he dodges the tackle and gets all the way up past the 40-yard line into Bobcats territory. So that'll bring him to around the 38-yard line.
Another first down.
So the Bobcats were able to get to Hunt in the backfield, but Hunt was able to just move just enough to avoid that tackle indeed. And after that, he had about 10 yards in front of him before he's met by another Bobcats defender.
Yeah, that was a good, nice run by Ricky Hunt on there. They were quick screen, get it to the outside, put him in motion, use that bubble screen and the receiver screen, get him outside one-on-one. He's hard to bring down by himself if you come by yourself.
Henderson goes in motion to the left-hand side, but handoff goes to Hunt up the middle, cuts to the left, got some room. He hurdles a defender. That's Gabriel Butler that he just jumped over.
Yeah, and as he hurdled him, he got hit at the same time, and there was a big major collision.
Very athletic play.
Yeah. But he got another first down for the Falcons.
The clock is going to keep running. We're under 3.5 minutes left to go with the Falcons up 35. So that brings up another first down. Communication Federal Credit Union first down, that is. Now McAwee's only got 2 in the backfield with him. Henderson to his right. Shaw to his left. He drops back, looking left. He's got some time. Looks for in the end zone.
No, he dropped it. Dropped it at the last second.
That was Buford right in the kind of the left front corner of the end zone. I thought he might have landed in bounds, but don't think he was able to really hold on to it long enough.
Yeah, the ball came out just as he landed, hit the ground. When he hit the ground, the ball came out and bounced
And we
around.
do have a flag on the play right around the 25-yard line, which may indicate something on the offense, I'm guessing. So we did indeed have a hold on the play, holding on the Falcons, so that's going to back them up all the way to the 35-yard line. So still first down for the Falcons and a mile to go. McAwee's got Henderson to his right, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. He drops back, throws a little screen.
Intercepted.
Picked off by the Bobcats.
We got a big man running.
That's number 63 right there. 63 for the Bobcats.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, we don't have a.
I don't have a 63 on the roster, but we had a big man running, and that's a nice Bobcat play. It was a screen set up for Ricky Hunt to get in the middle, but he stole the ball out of the air, and we got a big man running inside. That just gets everybody excited when you see a big man running down the field, rumbling and stumbling. It is lovely.
So number 63 for Bobcats with a huge smile on his face right there.
He comes off the sidelines cheered.
I don't have a 63 on the roster, so I'm afraid I can't give you the name, but I'm sure he'll be. We'll learn that name soon enough because we'll want to know who did that. But yeah, it fell right into his hands, and
I think it's Nathaniel Mahoney, but who's 62. But I think it's just a misprint.
May have been. All right, so now we've got a gang tackle right there for the Falcons. That ball went to Gillum. He gets up to right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and he was met by a host of Falcons. He got out. They tried to quick pass it on a little comeback route, and They were successful, got 5 yards. 2 minutes to go in the half.
So 2 minutes to make something happen here. 2-minute drill. They can certainly get down here and make a little dent into the score before halftime, D. And they're going to do everything they can. Now, they need to pull out the stops. They need to get James Reed involved. I've not seen many balls go to him just yet. Maybe the Falcons are really queuing in on him, but right now he's your playmaker. Pass goes out in the flat right there. Pass intended for Seneca Davis falls incomplete. A little short for him right there. That'll bring up 3rd and about 6 left to go. The clock stopped at 1:38 left to go. The Falcons up 35-0. So again, maybe something quick and short because they don't want to have Carter spend too much time in the backfield. They want to get the ball out of his hands quickly, but Carter needs to be accurate as well.
Yeah, it's got to be a two-way street. Accuracy and quickness is what we need here, and they've got to work their sidelines so they can stop the clock and get the ball down the field because neither one has times outlet. Well, no, Falcons have 2 timeouts left.
So Carter gets a little pass out of the backfield to Johnson. He gets all the way up to the 44-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and about 5 to go. Clock still running, just over a minute left to go, about 1:20. The Bobcats still have, well, I know they down to no timeouts. I forgot they did kind of spend a few timeouts in the first quarter, kind of get themselves situated.
They used them up in the 3rd quarter.
So taking a long time to get this play in, so they're not really have a sense of urgency right now, which is fine. They need to make sure they get the right play in.
Yeah, they want to make sure they score and have the right play in so they can score and maybe get some momentum going into the second half.
Carter drops back, looking left, finds a man out over the flat on the left-hand side. That's going to be Johnson again. He gets up into the 40, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30.
Nope, he's stepped out of bounds.
They're going to call him out of bounds right at the 36-yard line, which is a first down, and will stop the clock.
Yeah.
That's a Communication Federal Credit Union first down for the Bobcats, which plays perfectly. Got the first down. That's
the clock.
A fresh set of 4 downs, stops the clock. That's exactly what they needed. But he could have almost broke out of that. It looks like he barely stepped out of bounds. He did have some room in front of him, but they're going to blow that dead. So the Bobcats take over on the Falcons' 36-yard line. So the Bobcats are going to have 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side, with Reed being in the slot. 1 man in the backfield. Carter looks right, turns left, cuts back upfield, gets a man all over his ankle right there. He's kind of trying to do everything he can to fall forward with his arm extended.
And he still lost a yard there.
He sure did. So the clock's going to be running just under 30 seconds now.
That was a lot of effort. The
I
Falcons just read that perfectly. There was not much for the Bobcats to do right there. 17 seconds left.
Clock still tick, 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 tick.
Yep.
Robinson's got the play call into Carter right now. I would have at least maybe spiked the ball and tried to stop the clock, but maybe they're just going to get one more last play in and throw it to the end zone.
Nope.
And the referee's going to let that one go. Well, the clock did show zeros. And he does get the ball off over the middle right there. He's racing to the left-hand side, and a fumble goes out of bounds at the 15. That was to Seneca Davis. He was doing everything he could. He had some room. In the end, fumbles the ball out of bounds at the 15-yard line, and that is going to bring a close to our first half with the Millwood Falcons up 35-0 over the Star Spencer Bobcats.
It got exciting right there at the end.
It did. I thought that Davis was going to be able to maybe get into the end zone to kind of cap off the quarter right there, but he fumbles it, brings it to a close nonetheless. So
I'm excited. We got a big man running. I'm excited.
That was a big deal for that young man right there. I think he's still smiling about that. All right, so that brings a close to our first half. Falcons up 35-0 over the Star Spencer Bobcats. We're going to take a little bit of a break here for halftime. We'll come back with our scoring recap so far through 2 quarters. And kind of after that, we'll give our thoughts on the first half. So you're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health St. Anthony and OG&E. We'll be right back after some messages from our sponsors.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Royal Crab, 3031 West Memorial Road, Saturday, October 30th.
The following ad is paid for by Marr Law Firm, 4301 Southwest 3rd Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Attention Oklahomans impacted by the recent historic wind and hailstorms. Was your car or truck damaged by the hailstorms? Are you concerned you were cheated or underpaid by your insurance company? If so, it's not too late to receive the compensation you deserve. In the spring of 2021, much of Oklahoma was devastated by a historic wind and hailstorm. These storms caused significant damage to cars and trucks in Oklahoma. Insurance companies often underpay claims for hail damage to cars and trucks, leaving you holding the bag. You may be entitled to significant compensation and bad faith damages. If you want to know your rights, the Marr Law Firm has experience fighting for Oklahomans like you. Call now for a free evaluation of your claim.
Please call 800-833-4770. That is 800-833-4770.
Did you know that every day someone misses out on a great opportunity all because of the fear of rejection? But what if you could explore that opportunity without facing any consequences or even wasting your time? Guess what? Now you can with iPrecheck at BoomerKia.com. When other dealers try to keep you in the dark until the very end, at Boomer Kia, we're upfront and transparent, all without having to speak to anybody. So instead of spending hours in a dealership getting yanked around just to find out if you're not getting the deal you want, visit BoomerKia.com and click the iPrecheck form. You'll get your real credit score, your real monthly payments, and more for every vehicle on our site. So what's the best thing about iPrecheck? There's zero risk. It literally doesn't cost you anything. Just enter your name, your address, and the last four of your social, and you can be pre-approved instantly for a brand new Kia at Boomer Kia. So what are you waiting for? Visit BoomerKia.com and click the iPrecheck banner to get pre-approved, all without any risk to your credit. Then come to Boomer Kia off I-240 in South Walker.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do, but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're saints in action, helping you get back in action.
Marie, is that you?
Oh, hi, Barb. How you doing?
Better now. Did you know we had a little health scare with Jeff?
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, he had been short of breath and was really tired a lot of the time. He just thought he was getting old and was out of shape, but it turns out it was heart valve disease.
How did you figure it out?
He finally went to the doctor, and she was able to listen to his heart and detected the problem. I didn't realize it, but heart valve disease is more common than you'd think. They were able to replace the valve, and he's feeling so much better now.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
More than 5 million Americans are diagnosed with heart valve disease every year, but most people know nothing about the condition, and it can be deadly if untreated. That's why it's important to listen to your heart and ask your doctor if your symptoms may be due to heart valve disease, or if you're at high risk. A message brought to you by Heart Valve Voice US. For more information about the symptoms and treatments for valve disease, go to heartvalvevoice-us.org.
Flooded vehicles from recent hurricanes will soon be flooding the used car market, so it's buyer beware. Flooded vehicles are supposed to be dismantled for usable parts or crushed for scrap, and a flood title issued to that damaged car. But some unscrupulous dealers will buy a flooded vehicle, clean it up, and get it retitled with no indication it was flooded.
or uninsured cars will be cleaned up by the owner and sold online, also with no warning to the buyer. If the price seems too good to be true, there's a good chance you're buying a lemon. Make sure to check for flood damage and have a qualified mechanic inspect it before you write a check. The free VIN check service from the National Insurance Crime Bureau is a good place to start to see if a car has been in a flood. Go to www.nicb.org to check it out. And if you suspect fraud, give us a call at 1-800-TEL-NICB. That's 1-800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Introducing the YMCA. What, you already know the why? Or so you think. Sure, you know the why for a swim, a workout, even a game of hoops. But did you know we're more than that? We're a cause. When you take your jump shot at the Y, someone else is getting job training. Take a cardio class, while kids are in an after-school enrichment program. Practice your downward-facing dog as a team practices her leadership skills. That's the why. We work with people no matter their age, income, or background and give them the opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive, all with one simple goal in mind, to strengthen our community. And we've got so much more that does just that. So while you might think of the Y as that place for lifting weights, we're also about lifting entire communities. Introducing the Y. We're so much more than a place. We're a cause. Visit ymca.net/more.
New message.
Department of the Social Security Administration. The reason of this call is to inform you that your Social Security number has been suspended for suspicion of illegal activity. If you do not contact us immediately, your account will be deactivated. For more information about this case file, press 1 or call immediately our department number.
This is a scam. Thieves are misusing the Social Security Administration's authority and phone scheme to trick you into giving them money or personal information. They state there is a problem with your Social Security number or account. They claim there's been suspicious or fraudulent activity, and you could be arrested or face other legal action. They even spoof SSA's main customer service telephone number on caller ID. Don't believe them. Don't provide any information. SSA employees will never threaten you for information or promise benefits in exchange for information. In those cases, the call is fraudulent. Just hang up. If you suspect you've been contacted by an SSA scammer, call the Social Security Fraud Hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
Listen up, OKC. Over this past year, I know you've heard about it. You've probably even thought about it, but you failed to act on it. And if you don't act soon, you're going to miss your chance to hit it big with your trade only at Boomer Kia. Right now, your vehicle could be worth crazy amounts. If it's only a few years old and has less than 40,000 miles, it could be worth more now than when it was new. What do you do when a stock price is high? You sell it. Boomer Kia wants your vehicle, no matter the brand or the condition. Boomer Kia will pay off your trade no matter what you owe, and we'll give you cash for your car today. So make the switch to a brand new Kia with zero money down, 0% interest, and zero payments for 6 full months. Only at Boomer Kia. Worried about your credit? Don't be. Get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Click the iPrecheck banner at boomerkia.com. I'm James Wade, General Manager here at Boomer Kia. I'm here every single day. If you're not 100% satisfied, don't leave. See me.
With approved credit with KMF. Deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale. 0% for 60 months. 1666 cost per thousand. Example 2021 Kia Forte plus tax tag and license. Expires 10/5/21.
This is your only outlet that's servicing the community and broadcasting local high school sports. You are listening to Live Millwood Sports, only on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Good evening and welcome back. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. And thank you for listening live. But you can also listen to us with our app, which is Stream by PPBC. And now you can be checking us out and watch the game and listen with our all-new video stream. All you got to do is go to our website, OKCHeartandSoul.com. Falcons fans, click on that Millwood YouTube link, and you can find me and Dee sitting right here, giving you guys all the action on the radio, on YouTube, on our app. Just scroll over to Heart and Soul 92.1. That's where you're listening to us on the radio right now and on our app. And we want to give a shout-out to our halftime sponsors, our title sponsors for this game, OG&E. OG&E energizes the communities they serve. Find a rewarding career at OG&E.com. OG at Energizing Life. And Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. They continue to make our community a great one to live in. Thank you, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Good
And obviously, I also have SSM Health at St. Anthony. Sometimes, after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist. And St. Anthony's Hospital, they have that great team for you to get a player back in the game from injury. So thank you to all of our sponsors so far this season. Again, support them as they're supporting our cause here with some great high school sports for you. Now, we are here at Star Spencer High School at Twidwell Stadium. We have a offensive
juggernaut
going on with Millwood. They are just pulling that all out on the runs, the passes, even two-point conversions going on with this. Star Spencer is trying to really kind of find their way, figure out if they can find some rhythm, find something that works for them. And I figured they're going to make some adjustments at halftime, D.
Yeah, the Bobcats, let's start with them before we get into the Falcons. The Bobcats, they're going to have to make many adjustments, and they found some things that work. Some quick passes, getting those quick passes to the outside, quick passes to the running backs coming out the backfield, and those quick hook patterns. But only problem with that is the front seven for the Falcons are so dynamic, and they get to the quarterback so quick, as well as they can cover those running backs that are splitting out, that even those quick passes just don't work all the time for the Bobcats. So they're going to have to find something else besides those quick passes and get to the outside and where there's less people and use their speed to get some first downs, some gains. And once they get them first downs and get that ball rolling, that snowball moving, they can get some scores in. Now, for the Falcons, all they got to do is continue doing what you've been doing. They're dominating the offense. Offensive and defensive line are dominating. So with that, the offensive line just keep opening holes. The quarterback has only been sacked one time for the Falcons, and that was on a blitz where they had the offensive line outnumbered. But otherwise, for the Falcons, just continue doing what you're doing. You're throwing the ball outside. You're running to the outside. You're running the ball up the middle. You're confusing the Bobcats defense. And with that, just keep doing what you're doing. You're eating up the clock. You are making this game easy for your backfield. This offensive line for the Falcons is controlling this game, and all I got to do is continue to do that.
So you're telling me if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You got it.
Okay. So that seems like a logical strategy to me. Now, let's go ahead and, if you would, D, kind of give us a recap on how we got to this score right now.
How did we get to 35-0?
Yeah, if you
Let
would.
me tell you, it was two plays that the Falcons needed. Two plays, and they took the opening drive, and Ricky Hunt, 35-yard scamper. Henderson on a two-point conversion made it 8-0. Then Henderson took a 14-yard pounding of the rock right down the field. Asher this time caught the two-point conversion, making it 16-0. Then on that third possession, the Falcons had a 49-yard pass to Thompson. Two-point conversion failed. First time tonight, making the score 22-0. In the first quarter, that's right, in the first quarter, the Falcons did not have any first downs. Why? Because they only had 1, 2, 3, and then 2 plays. They only had 7 plays, and they scored that many points, 22-0. Now, in the second quarter, Henderson had a 25-yard run. The conversion failed, making it the two-point conversion failed, making it 28-0. Then there was a 22-yard run by McElwee up the middle. Extra point was good this time. They kicked it, making it 35-0.
Fair enough. So great rundown. Thank you, D. Wright. I am your play-by-play announcer. I'm James Knox, and we appreciate you guys tuning in wherever you are, whether it's here locally and you got us on your radio, or if you are somewhere else in the U.S. and you turn us in on our app, Stream by PPBC, or maybe you're catching us on our YouTube right now. Speaking of which, so I'm just now getting a chance to pull up our live chat. We've got a number of people that have commented tonight. Keontae Marshall has been a often commentator right now, tonight on the feed right now. He's a big Millwood fan, so he says, let's go Millwood. And he even made a prediction tonight that Millwood's going to win 43-14.
Oh, okay.
So right now he's got a good chance of that being right. So he's only 8 points shy for Millwood, and then Star Spencer would need to put together 14 for that to happen. I don't know if he's got money on it or not.
No, but he might be Notre Dame.
He's also made some other comments about some blocks. Ricky Hunt obviously having some big plays tonight, and he someone else I'm going to pronounce this Rohan 22. Roghan, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, asked where Bailey Brown is. They have not given us information on that. He was not on the roster. He did play last week.
Yeah.
So my guess, if I had to guess, is that they've had some issues with some academics. Maybe it's that.
Hopefully it's not an injury.
If it was injury, he might still be on the roster, but he was not on the roster we're given. So I'm only speculating, and I don't want to speculate any further than that.
Basically, we don't know.
Exactly. So let's leave it at that. But thank you for Keontae and Roghan or Rohan 22. Keep the comments coming. Let us know who you're rooting for. If you got any more score predictions, or if you just want to say hi to me and Dee. So that is our scoring recap and thoughts on the first half. We'll take another quick break just for a minute or two. Come back with our kind of keys for the second half, see what's going to happen. But you are listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. We'll be back right after this.
Battle of the Bands going on right now.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Viruses and more, and that's air you can trust. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. until the meat runs out. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations, Midwest City and Edmond. Come get you one of these taters.
Oklahoma City, Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud partners in recognizing some outstanding high school students who are setting the standards in and out of their classrooms with our 2021-2022 Student of the Month program. Each month, a chosen high school student will be selected Student of the Month and will receive a $150 Visa gift card and prizes. The winner will then automatically qualify to be selected Student of the Year. For winning Student of the Year, the recipient will win a $10,000 scholarship paid directly to the college of their choice. Please take the time to nominate a student who exemplifies outstanding characteristics in the classroom. And as a citizen of our community, just go online at blackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com to nominate a student for the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Student of the Month. Rules and regulations apply.
Let's get back to more Millwood sports on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We got some dancing going on. We got the beats hopping up in here.
The bands are battling.
We got some fun going on here at Star Spencer High School at Twidwell Stadium. So thank you for tuning in tonight wherever you are. It is senior night. We weren't sure until we saw some people lining up on the track right about halftime, and they got some good, I guess some, thanks to all the seniors out there and introductions. We saw a lot of hooping and hollering out there for their favorite people. So it's always a good time of year when you got your homecoming, your senior nights, things like that, to be able to celebrate these kids. So we got just about 2 minutes left on the clock here before we get our official halftime warm-up clock to go. Now, Dee, going into the second half, obviously Star Spencer needs to make some adjustments.
Yes.
We talked about that, or you talked about that a little bit ago. One of the things that's not on their side is obviously time now, because once they get past that 40 point differential mark, that clock's going to keep running, right? So it's kind of the high school rules around here is that clock's going to keep going, unless for certain circumstances, but it's going to be a rolling clock. So I'm not really quite sure if they want to continue the run game, which is one of the few things they've been trying to do.
Right. It's just
or if they want to get some of those quick passes off to at least try and
I think they got to get the quick passes going. That's what I think. I think they got to get them quick passes going, get the ball to the outside. And, so far, when they did try to throw it deep, it was either intercepted or knocked down.
Yeah.
So use what is working for you, and the only thing that's working for you right now is quick passes 5 yards and down. And hopefully the quarterback, Carter, can be accurate in those throws because they're throwing it out of the backfield and you're able to gain 1 or 2 yards. But that front seven for the Falcons is so strong. The Falcons are so strong up front with that front seven that it is very hard to get outside. It's hard to run away from them because they are so quick, so powerful. And led by Carlos Strong and Henderson, that 1-2 punch right there. And then you get the linebackers of Dedrick Jones and some others coming through for the Falcons. It is very hard for the Bobcats to get that ball moving. But that's what they got to do, is somehow get past the front seven for the Falcons and get into that secondary, and maybe they've got a shot with some speed coming up.
And on the flip side, the Falcons are probably going to want to do the exact opposite. They're going to want to run that ball.
Yeah, they're
milk that clock. Let's get out of here as soon as we can with this, with this lead that we've already established, and just let that clock roll. Now, whether or not they'll do that, I don't know. They might want to get some passes off, but they obviously have a strong rushing attack with Ricky Hunt, Alonzo, Henderson,
Thompson,
and Thompson, yeah,
and number 23.
Doolin and Shaw have been back there some as well, yeah.
And so they got this. It's almost like the Sooners of the 70s where they were running the wishbone. They're running more of a diamond set now, and they're able to change it up, move it around, and send somebody in motion. And it's hard for the defense to figure out who has the ball because with all that speed, they can run the ball inside, they can run the ball outside. They haven't really thrown it much. They've thrown it when they've needed to, but they haven't really gotten away to pass. So right now, I'm pretty sure they're going to stick to that run. And, Coach Franklin and his staff are really strong in knowing what to do in all situations. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be running a lot, eating up that clock, eating up that field, getting in favor of them and being in favor of the clock right now, even though they have a strong lead right now. They're going to be in favor of that clock running as fast as it can.
So Coach Robinson may have dialed up something during halftime. Maybe he's got strong pep talk ability. I'm not sure, how motivational he is. But regardless, Coach Franklin at Millwood spoke very highly of Coach Robinson and the job he's doing over here at Star Spencer. He's got a tough job. I mean, it's going to be a tough uphill climb for him in this program.
With only 2 seniors, 3 seniors, including the kicker, and with only 3 seniors and a whole bunch of freshmen and sophomores, this he's pushing a boulder up a hill. And I'm not talking a small little bitty in the front yard boulder. I'm talking a big, huge boulder going up the side of the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon, yeah. So, but regardless, Coach Robinson's doing everything he can and trying to, like I said at the beginning of this game, build that foundation. And in games like this, it seems like it's a lot to take in, and you're just devastated by a score like this so far. They're only halftime, but there's a lot of things that can come out of this experience, learning how to fight through adversity, learning how to, just get repetitions as well.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of young players, and all these repetitions are going to pay off down the line.
And even if you can't, for Coach Robinson, even if you can't overcome the 35-point lead that the Falcons have right now over the Bobcats, but for the Bobcats, if you can just get them learning, get some motivation enough to where they stay in the game and they continue to fight and continue to learn and continue to get better, that would work.
All right, we're about ready to start our second half. In our third quarter.
Real quick, and I'm pretty sure Coach Franklin has to keep his team motivated enough to stay in the game and not get big head and where they're just like, all right, this game's over. Don't take
your foot off the gas,
yeah.
Right? All right, we're set to resume our football game here at Star Spencer. Spencer's going to be kicking off, and, of course, James Reed will be that man. It'll be the first time they've kicked off this game.
Yep.
Not had any scores, and, of course, they obviously received the ball in the first half. Back to receive for the Falcons. Looks like that will be Ricky Hunt.
Along with, is that
I believe that'll be Xavier Thompson. Yep, line up around the 25-yard line to the near side. And then Leonard over there on the far side. That's Isaiah Leonard. So that'll be your 3 backs to most likely catch this kickoff from James Reed. The Falcons up 35-0 through the first half. Again, the Star Spencer Bobcats in their all blues tonight. Helmets, jerseys, and pants. Millwood Falcons are now on the west end zone. Going to be going west to the east end zone in this kick. James Reed with the kickoff. Hunt, the ball goes past Hunt. He's going to pick it up right around the 10-yard line. He's going to break one tackle, bounce outside, cuts up through another, cuts left.
There's a flag.
Switches fields all the way to the left-hand side, has some blockers in front of him, gets up to the 50-yard line, down to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and runs out of bounds. I'm not sure why he ran out of bounds. He didn't get pushed out of bounds. Maybe he got tired. I don't know. I'd have been tired just watching him. But there's a flag way in the backfield, way over here by the 15-yard line.
Right around where he first got blocked at.
Which would indicate to me that it's coming back.
Yeah, the referee's pointing back. He's not even going to go all the way up the field.
But a nice run there by Ricky Hunt to dodge a couple tackles, split a couple defenders, switch fields, and then now it's all together probably over a 100-yard run right there.
Yeah, where he was all,
with all the real estate that he just covered. But it'll go down all for nothing after a penalty by the Falcons right there. So they were trying to do all they could for Hunt, and in the end it's going to kind of shoot themselves in the foot. So it's going to erase a nice return. So they'll have the ball on their own 17-yard line for the Falcons. So they're now going to be going, oh, I'm sorry, so they haven't marked off the penalty just yet. That was pre-penalty spot.
Oh, it's going to be like in the 8-yard line?
So, yeah, that'll bring it down to the 8-yard line, first and 10.
This is their worst. This is the worst position that the Falcons have started in all night.
If Spencer can get them to go 3 and out right here, this will give them a great chance to have some field position on the Falcons have to start the third quarter off. Ball gets passed back to Hunt. Hunt looks down the field looking for a pass. Broken up. That was for Buford again. A nice break up there by number 30.
Sir Michael Frazier. Sir Michael Frazier was on it. He almost intercepted that. Good thing Buford for the Falcons deflected that out. He had to turn the defensive back real quick and knock that away.
Sorry, that was number 31, not 30. 31 on that. Sir Michael Frazier indeed. So well done by Sir Michael to really kind of stick with the receiver on that one and get in front of it and knock that one down. That could have been gone for a long play right there. And Buford's a tall player, so Frazier was not so much. So for him to be able to get up that high and defend it was a nice job. McElwee is going to take the snap, and then we're going to call it dead here. Robinson, Coach Robinson, that is, he's stomping. He's upset about something.
Timeout on the field.
All
they
right.
got the timeout just in time, right before the delay of game.
So we'll stay with the action right here. We're going to say thanks to all of our sponsors tonight. We're going to give props to Communication Federal Credit Union tonight. They're the ones who sponsor our first downs. We also have Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores. We have SSM Health, St. Anthony's Hospital, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Big O's Pork and Dreams, First Security Bank, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Langston University, the Black Chronicle newspaper, the Oklahoma City Black Chamber, and then Power 103.5 and Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140 are all our great sponsors for tonight. All right, the Falcons are back on the field, as are the Bobcats, ready to defend. We have now 2nd and 10 are on the 8-yard line now. 3 men in the backfield, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. In motion goes Henderson. He's going to line up on the left-hand side in the slot.
Bobcats engine forward, trying to go on the blitz.
Kind of a low snap for McElwee. He takes it, goes to draw up the middle, gets hit by, that will be Corian Morgan for Star Spencer. Brings McElwee down after about a 5-yard carry.
That was nice blocking up front by the offensive line for the Falcons. As they come up to the line, one man in motion.
All right, so we got candy being thrown out in the crowd from the cheerleaders. Just more or less just literally thrown. Just
handfuls, just
just chunking it out there. Henderson around the left-hand side picks up a couple blocks and some positive yardage. He's going to be close to that first down marker. We'll see where the referees mark it off at.
Yeah, it is a first down for the Falcons. That's another Commercial Federal first down.
That is a Communication Federal Credit Union first down indeed. Let's give a little score update from our other game going on tonight. We have the Jinx Trojans up 35-0 over the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs with that's going to be halftime right now. It's a little score update for you there. We're also carrying that game on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. Back at quarterback will be McElwee. He's got two backs to his left. He's sandwiched in between.
He's in trouble. James Reed has it.
He is right down in the backfield by James Reed for a huge loss on the play. James Reed had a handful of jersey and was not letting go of that death grip right there.
Yes, he was not letting go of that. He wrapped him up, held on tight, and he just kept circling until he fell down. Nice play by James Reed coming from his defensive end spot.
One of the few times we've been able to call his name tonight.
Yeah. And that's good. Maybe he has to do it on defense tonight for the Bobcats.
He definitely needs to be called more because we know he's a playmaker, but he's also doing his duty on the defensive end. He's had some pretty good games in the past that we were able to call his games. He gets back there, but so far the Falcons have done a good job containing him up until that play right there. Toss goes back to Hunt. He cuts back to the left-hand side, switches fields, and he's got a head full of steam, and he carries a couple defenders with him up past the first down marker. That will most likely be another Communication Federal Credit Union first down.
No flags on the play. That was a nice run by Hunt. He was able to take the hunt. He was able to take the pitch, take it from the right side, cut it back, the over pursuit by the Bobcats, and use that against them, cut it back, get the first down for the Falcons.
So that'll be 1st and 10 on the Falcons' 30-yard line right now. Just under 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Score still 35-0. Now we have a sweeper on the right-hand side. There's a flag on the play. It's brought down in the backfield. That was tackle was by Byron Stubbs, but a flag on the play right around the 20, we'll call it around the 26-yard line there.
Chaz Doolin on that run right there.
And we have a hurt player for the Bobcats. That's Sir Michael Frazier.
Holding is the call. And, you know, they got to the outside. Chaz Doolin on that run.
Let's go ahead and take a break with an injured player. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony and OG&E. I'll be right back.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Let's get back to more Millwood sports on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Welcome back. 7.5 on the clock. Millwood Falcons up 35-0 over Star Spencer Bobcats. We are now at 1st and a mile for the Falcons right here. McElwee's going to take this snap, looking to his left, fires over the middle, complete to Henderson. He's gobbling up a couple miles, throws forward, breaks a tackle, gets back up to the 32-yard line.
That was a nice yards after catch by Henderson. He was hard to bring down. He was like a bulldozer right there. He was just bouncing off people.
He had a head full of steam. He is a load to carry, but he was able to get themselves back into a manageable position right now on 2nd down. Still about 2nd and 7 to go for the Falcons. 3 back It's going to be 3 backs in the backfield along with McElwee. Now one's in motion. That will be Doolin. But Hunt gets the carry, tackled by number 99, Donovan Reeves. Gets just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the spot. From my angle, it looks like he got it.
We saw referee Marcus Walker go ahead and give the first down signal, so there goes the chains for another Communication Federal Credit Union first down. The Falcons are going to have 2 receivers now, one to the near side, one to the far side. Leonard's going to be on the near side. 3 in the backfield. They're going to continue to probably rush that ball and milk that clock as long as they can, which is just now over 6 minutes left to go.
Quarterback keeper.
So a fake draw to Henderson, and McElwee gets dropped in the backfield.
Number 99 on that.
That's going to be Donovan Reeves again. He's made 2 big tackles right there on this drive. And the Falcons are going to get a hurry-up offense right now and see if they can catch the Bobcats kind of off guard here. They're going to make a quick substitution. Still 3 in the backfield. They got Hunt, Anderson. It's going to be Hunt and
Doolin and
Henderson, rather, and then Doolin now in motion comes over to the right-hand side of the line. Handoff goes to Hunt up the middle, cuts that back to the left-hand side, outside, comes over to the past the first down marker just in front of his own bench, gets now into Bobcats territory right outside the 48-yard line.
Remember, the Falcons started this drive on their own 8-yard line, and they started it at the beginning of this quarter.
So they're definitely working that clock. Now we're just at 5 minutes left to go. Communication Federal Credit Union first down for the Falcons. On their own, or excuse me, the Bobcats, we'll call it the 47-yard line now. 3 in the backfield, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Motion goes Hunt over to our near side here, but the handoff goes to Henderson. He catches some room on the outside, bounces over near to the sideline, gets down to the 30-yard line.
Nice 15-yard run.
Yeah, a big 15-plus yards right there on that carry.
And let me say for the Falcons, that was blocked perfectly. You couldn't block that any better. You ended up with one man on one-on-one, and that was just blocked perfectly for the
Henderson
Falcons.
and Hunt do a magnificent job of making their decisions very quickly and bursting up that hole. Now it looks like Doolin's going to get a little kind of meat in the backfield, but he's going to spin around and get a couple of stiff arms up a couple guys. He gets back up to the 30-yard line, right around the original line of scrimmage right there. It could have been a lot worse, but he was able to kind of break free from a couple defenders, but now he is injured.
Yeah, the Bobcats had a run blitz on, and they chased it to the side. Luckily for the Falcons, they were running to the opposite side, so he had to be just chased down, and he was finally chased down, and he's slow to get up, but he's up on his feet right now, moving across the field, just gingerly moving. You know the rule. If you're hurt, your mama's in the stands, you've got to walk off the field, or she will shut the game down.
Chaz Doolin seems to be just fine on the play. Walking under his own power just fine. Just kind of probably maybe got a little tweak there, or maybe something just felt a little uncomfortable, but glad to see he's up very quickly right there. We don't like any injured players around here.
Even though we're sponsored by SSM Health, we don't like injured players.
So that brings up 2nd and 9 now for the Falcons, still on the Bobcat 30-yard line. Just under 4 minutes on the clock. Falcons still up by 35. Henderson, Hunt, and now Shaw will be in the backfield. McElwee sandwiched in between Hunt and Henderson.
Oh, there's movement.
Play's going to be blown dead. That will be offsides on the Bobcats, according to referee Marcus Walker. 3.5 on the clock. That'll bring up now 2nd and right at 5. Ball now on the 25-yard line. Hunt's going to split out wide from being in the backfield. Fumble on the play, and he gets rocked. James Reed just
where's the ball?
Really creams McElwee. But there is a flag on the play. McElwee's helmet gets jarred off, but hit him in the hands. He drops it, and Reed did not want to give McElwee any opportunity to pick that back up. But instead, we're going to have so the call was
Goes against the Falcons. I didn't see what it was, but
I think it was declined there. So they're going to decline the penalty. That'll bring up third, and now we're going to call it about 12 here. So I believe they're just going to let the play stand after that kind of quick fumble right there. Now, McElwee's helmet did come off, so that he'll be on the sideline for this play. That'll bring in Ricky Hunt now at quarterback. He'll have Henderson, Doolin, and Shaw in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, come off to the left-hand side, and like a missile coming in, reading it perfectly. That was
Carter.
That was Carter on that one, yeah. So their quarterback comes in from the safety position and had just come in impeded. None of that whatsoever. Dives right at the ankles of Hunt and takes him down quickly.
From his safety position, he read that accurately. He read that like he drew it up. And he was in the backfield quickly and was able to get in. Oh, there's a flag.
Another flag on the play. This is going to be on
illegal substitution. It's going to be that call.
So illegal substitution on Millwood. That'll back him up another few yards. And they're going to have a while to go on fourth down right here.
The Falcons are starting to shoot themselves in the foot after starting this drive on their own 8-yard line and driving down, getting into the Bobcat territory.
So
and eating up the whole clock, eating up the whole period.
Yeah, just about. So just over 2 minutes left to go in the quarter. They're still chewing up that clock. And they've had a number of mishaps with the penalties, but so far they've been able to kind of get it back. But we are now at fourth down. They're going for it on 4th and 15. Not sure why, but they're doing it. McElwee rolls out to the right. He's looking downfield, has nobody until he finds.
That's
going to be a.
That's got to be.
Somehow that wasn't caught.
No, that's got to be.
We do have. Okay, we do have a flag on the play, but I don't know if that was for the holding way downfield there. This one's at the 28-yard line.
This got to be pass interference because his receiver was held back.
The Bobcats hold, they'll get the ball.
Okay, so the call is not
illegal. It was illegal forward pass. So.
Okay.
He lost it down. He was past the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. So the pass interference is negated because of the illegal pass.
There we go. So now we got a solid explanation because we sure saw one of the receiver kind of definitely get held on that one. There was a handful of jersey, and it was stretched out wide pretty far there. But in the end, it's not going to matter because because McElwee was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it. So that's going to be a turnover on down. So Bobcats was able to hold on the defensive play. They're going to get the ball on their own 33-yard line.
A lot of bending, but no breaking right there for the Bobcats.
With just under 2 minutes left to go. Minute 50 to be exact. Falcons still up 35-0. So the Falcons and the Bobcats have been held scoreless this quarter. Let's see if the Bobcats now, who have James Reed at quarterback now, and now the Falcons are going to jump off sides.
I think the offensive line moved.
So we'll see. I didn't see from here. I thought it might have been no, you're right. So it'll be a false start on the Bobcats. So it drew the Falcons offside. They'll back up the Bobcats 5 yards. So now Carter, who's been quarterback up to this point, is going to give way to James Reed. He might as well because James Reed wasn't really involved in the offense otherwise, D. But now maybe he can make something happen.
Make something happen. Do something, change up something. Use everything you got.
Carter's going to be in the slot now. Handoff goes to Hernandez in the back. No, it's Johnson. In the backfield. He's going to get forward up to the 42-yard line. And I guess they eventually blew it dead because everybody kind of stopped playing. Though Johnson didn't go down. There was no real tackle, but his forward progress was stopped. So they're going to blow the play dead right there at the 42-yard line.
Bringing up second down and 8.
Minute on the clock in the third quarter. Bobcats down by 35. James Reed handed it off that time. He does have an arm on him. He is pretty accurate when he does get a chance to throw it. We'll see if he has some time to do so. Fakari Carter is now in the slot, along with
8 seconds on the play.
I believe that's Devontae Houston No, that's Gillum. I'm sorry. Reed gets pressured in the backfield and dropped
sacked
at the 26-yard line by
came from
Alonzo Henderson.
He came from his defensive end spot, and he just shot out like a cannon. And he was about the same time the ball got there. The tackle was right there.
He was. He met him in the backfield. Those are two big guys kind of clashing right there. Clash of the Titans, definitely, with those two big guys right now. So that's probably going to bring our clock down just all the way down to 0, almost out of the third quarter here. I don't think we're going to get another playoff before the clock. So that was it. So Coach Robinson says, now let's hold this one. Let's recalibrate a little bit, think about what our next play is going to be. With third down left to go. So that's going to bring a conclusion to our third quarter. We got one remaining here at Star Spencer High School. The Millwood Falcons up 35-0. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health, St. Anthony, and OG&E.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
All right, guys, we are back here at Star Spencer High School at Twidwell Stadium. Thanks for tuning in to us right here in Heart and Soul 92.1 on our YouTube page with Millwood Football right here, or maybe you catch us on our app at Stream by PPBC. No matter where you are or what you're doing, we appreciate you tuning in with me, James Knox, and my analyst, D. Wright. We have a 35-point score for the Falcons to the Bobcats 0 here. James Reed is still in at quarterback, and we're going to see what he's got on a 3rd and long right here going into our first play of the 4th quarter. Reed's going to get that snap. He's looking to his right. He throws downfield. He's got a man in Makai Gillum. If he can grab it, he had it in his hands. But a very nice breakup right there by Isaiah Leonard, who was running stride for stride with Gillum. And Leonard was able to get his hand in there and knock it out of Gillum's hands because Gillum did have a catch.
Yeah,
for sure.
it was caught. And Isaiah Leonard, wow, that was very nice where he punched that out. Knocked it out at the last second. Gillum wasn't able to bring it in, and that was a great defensive effort right there by Leonard.
So a nice throw, too, by Reed, because that was in stride. That was at least probably a 40-yard throw right there in the air.
Reed is an athlete.
He had the arm for it. I knew he did, but in the end, the defensive effort by Leonard is going to trump the throw. Now Reed's actually back to punt. Gets a great punt off right this one. Can be collected at the 40-yard line by Xavier Thompson. Duke's left and then right, cuts up the middle, gets over to the sideline, almost to the 50-yard line, maybe about the 49s where he'll be ruled. His forward progress is going to stop. So they'll still start off on their half of the field in the 4th quarter with about a little over 11 minutes left to go. And a nice punt by Reed for that one.
He is very athletic.
And Xavier Thompson on the return. He's a freshman now. According to my roster, he's only 5'8", 115 pounds. So a little guy. Now, where I come from, D, when I was playing football, freshmen had their own team. We had a freshman team, and then you had JV, and then you had varsity. But here, these guys don't have the luxury of having a freshman year all by themselves. They're going to spend some time, on the varsity, and that's it. That's the only chance they got.
And that's the result of being at a bigger school and a small school. And the amount of people that go out for the team as well, because the amount of people that go out for the team and then being at smaller schools, your 2As, your 3As, you don't have that, because I like you, there was a JV team, there was a freshman team, all the way up.
Yeah.
It was only juniors and seniors that played on the varsity team unless you were just super athletic. which I was not. I was a bench warmer, and I was one of the best bench warmers in the state.
It was nice and warm and toasty. All right, let's give a shout-out to our sponsors tonight. We have Communication Federal Credit Union, Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores, SSM Health at St. Anthony's Hospital, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Big O's Pork and Dreams, First Security Bank, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Langston University, the Black Chronicle newspaper, the Oklahoma City Black Chamber, and Power 103.5 and Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140. So there's some shout-outs to our beloved sponsors. We appreciate them so much. Now we are down to 11:26 to be exact. There goes that clock. It's now running in the fourth quarter. Let's see what the Falcons can put together because they were held scoreless in the third quarter there.
Even though they took the ball for 11 minutes and 30 seconds of that quarter, they still, or 10 minutes and 30 seconds of that quarter, they still.
Snap goes to McElwee. He's throwing over the middle, was looking for Thompson, but it was behind him. So that pass falls incomplete.
And he had Asher Earl on the side. He just didn't see him on the sidelines, who was wide open. That ball came out like a missile. He threw that like a fastball, very fast, came out of his hand.
2nd and 10 now for the Falcons. We're going to get a few more players in here that haven't had a chance to get some snaps in, though Hunt is still in there. He's going to be part of the 3 trips over here to the near side as far as receivers. We have one on the far side. Henderson in the backfield. Backway looks deep, throws it over to the right sideline, but a nice defensive play by number 30. I think that's 32. The jersey kind of got scrunched up there for Star Spencer. I believe that's Gabriel Butler on the defensive play there. And for Millwood, that was
Asher Earl.
Asher Earl again. Yep, he was looking to him. It was a nice play, but even a better defensive play by Butler to really get in between Earl and the ball right there.
Yeah, that was a smart play. He was able to get in between, like you said, and just be a wall.
McElwee's got 3 in the backfield. He's going to hand up immediately to Henderson, who finds some room around the outside. He's got a blocker and Ricky Hunt in front of him. He's going to come down the sideline, step out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Coach Robinson was over here running step for step for it. I thought Coach Robinson was actually going in there and tackle him.
He did look like he was about to, boys, this is how you do it. And, for a second there, he looked like he was about to do it.
Having flashbacks there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was running with him. I thought for a minute there we were going to have an interesting moment, a big penalty, but he stayed on the sideline, so good for Coach Robinson to hold back.
First down for the Falcons.
So Communication Federal Credit Union first down right there for them. Now they're on their own 26-yard line, or on the Bobcat 26-yard line. Handoff goes to Doolin, and he just crashes forward into a couple Bobcats players and brings them down with him.
Yeah, he showed his inner Ironhead Hayward right there because he just crashed in some running people into the whole secondary. The Bobcats showed blitz as if they were going to blitz and then backed out of it at the last second.
Communication Federal Credit Union has branches in Oklahoma and is committed to providing the best overall value of financial products and services available to our members. Another first down. McElwee's got a man in motion. That will be Doolin again over to the right-hand side. Handoff still goes to Hunt around the left-hand side, but grabbed in the backfield. Not much going right there. So the initial tackle was by Frederick Durbigny right there.
Yeah, he's on it.
Durbigny.
Senior night. Second or third time we've called his name. Once he got in the backfield, he's hard to move.
Grabbed the jersey and held on until he got some extra support from his Bobcats there. Now that'll bring up 2nd and about 9 for the Falcons. They're now on the 14-yard line, 14-yard line, with just over 8 minutes left to go in the game. Up 35-0 over the Star Spencer Bobcats. Man in motion goes Doolin. He goes in between Hunt and Henderson. Henderson gets the pass over the middle just inside the 5-yard line. That'll bring up another first down. A nice little catch right there. He was high enough for Henderson to get, and Henderson to get only because the Bobcats defenders were a little bit lower than that. But just a quick little over the middle kind of toss right there. Is able
like
to grab
a little wheel route that the Falcons ran right there. And that was a little play action. They play action to Ricky Hunt, faked it to Hunt. Henderson came around in a wheel route and was able to get that really close to being another first down.
Now they have 2 receivers in this right now. They're both under man coverage, so no one really helping over the middle. Let's see if they want to throw to the corner. They give it off to Hunt. Instead, he cuts up the middle, gets met by 3 or 4 Bobcats right there. And first on the tackle for the Bobcats would be Sincere Littleton. He was right there to meet Hunt on the tackle, and then Littleton was given some help by his defenders right there. First time we've been able to call out Littleton tonight. 5'5", 162 sophomore for the Bobcats. Again, single coverage for the receivers on the outside, but looks like they got a power running formation right now with Hunt in the backfield. But never mind, McElwee's going to take it up the middle.
There's a flag.
No signal from the referees, but it looked like it was very close, but there is a flag in the backfield. I thought he powered forward into the end zone, but they're going to mark him just shy. It may not matter in the end because it is a penalty on the Falcons indeed.
Look, was it?
We're waiting for a call from the referee right now. He's having a conference with his guys.
Yeah,
we're getting a sideline warning.
Illegal shift is the call.
I thought he might even mention a sideline warning right there, but it looks like it's going to be an illegal shift on Millwood. And was that 4th down?
That was 3rd down.
Why are we getting such a we're getting a lot of confusion
it looks like
for
it's
us.
going to be Bobcat ball on the 1-yard line.
Was there a fumble? I missed it. Was it a fumble? We're all a little confused up here, but evidently it's now Bobcats ball
on the 1-yard line.
The only thing I could figure is maybe it was a fumble because it was not 4th down, so it wasn't a turnover on downs, and it was not a touchdown. So I am not sure. The only thing that makes sense to me is a fumble. And so we're all wondering, even our PA announcer and our clock officials, we're all wondering a little what's going on. As is apparently Coach Franklin as well, because he's talking with the referees. I guess he got his explanation, and now he sends out his defense. It had to be a fumble there.
Star Spencer ball.
But let's give credit where credit's due. The Bobcats, they got themselves a turnover.
You stopped them.
A goal line stand and a turnover. That's some good mojo for the Bobcats there.
We'll just go with it.
So Reed is going to line up at quarterback once again under the center now. He's going to run into his running back, but he's going to slip out of the left-hand side, makes a spin move, gets past a couple defenders past the 10-yard line, and he's still on his feet. He does not want to go down whatsoever.
Excellent run right there.
That carry was by Kaleon Johnson. Even though he and Reed kind of had a little bit of a miscommunication there, Reed bumped into him, but Johnson had enough room around the left-hand side there.
Actually, I think that helped that he bumped into Reed because everybody
redirected him.
Yeah, everybody followed Reed, and he came out the other end.
So that worked out in their favor, and that's going to be another Communication Federal Credit Union first down. Bobcats now have the ball on their own 15-yard line with just under 6 minutes left to go, down 35. Reed's going to have one man in the backfield, 3 receivers. He's looking to the right. He's got a man open, but he chooses to throw over the middle. That's going to end up short. Pass was intended for Seneca Davis. Davis tried to slide and get under it as much as he could, but it still was way too short for him. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the wind just died right out of that ball. It was in the air. It was a bullet pass, and just at the last second, all of a sudden the wind died out of it, and it just hit the ground.
Had plenty of pace on it, but just not enough loft on it. Threw a little bit too much towards Davis's feet. Now we have 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side, including Fakari Carter, who's been quarterback for all 3 quarters up until now. Now we have James Reed taking over. They revamped their offense a little bit. Reed's dropping back. He's got a man over the middle, intercepted by Falcons right at the 20-yard line. He's coming over to the right-hand side, gets down inside the 10, maybe even inside the 5-yard line.
That's
number
Dedrick
52, Dedrick Jones for the Falcons, a junior, 5'7", 199. they've got him as a defensive lineman.
But
he
he's
may
a
have been
linebacker. He's more of a linebacker.
Yeah, I was going to say he was more lined up in the linebacker position right there. Even on the roster, he was a little maybe missed position there. Yeah, mismarked there. So that's a big turnover for the Bobcats after they were able to get a turnover before and have first down. So they haven't had too many of those. They were marching down the field. But now that leaves the Falcons with just under 5 minutes left to go. And the ball on the, we'll call it the 3-yard line.
You know, we've seen a lot of adjustments from halftime. This is a different game, the first quarter and the second quarter versus now the third and the fourth quarter. Totally different game.
Yeah. 4.5 left on the clock. Millwood has a chance to extend their lead with McElwee now under center.
I formation.
I formation gets the ball to Doolin. And he's going to be, that's a touchdown. Okay, I wish they were, he got tackled, and I wasn't sure, it was pretty close to that end zone line there, but the referees saw that ball cross the plane. That's all you need to do. 6 points for the Falcons.
Yeah, fly Falcons fly. He was laying on top of defenders, and so by the time he unwound, he was in the end zone. So fly Falcons fly. The Falcons have scored again, making the score 41-0.
Martin Nullit and to kick for the extra point. Ricky Hunt, their do-it-all, is going to be the holder. Snap, kick, is up, it's good. One more point for the Falcons. That brings the score 42-0 with just over 4 minutes left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break, get some word in from our lovely sponsors. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health and St. Anthony and OG&E.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
From the hit movie For the Love of Money on Saturday, October 30th at the Royal Crab, located at 3031 West Memorial Road, with doors opening at 10 p.m. You can only pay to enter at the door, so get there early for the official after party for the hit movie premiere at the Royal Crab, Saturday, October 30th. You can only pay to enter at the door, so get there early for the official after party for the hit movie premiere For the Love of Money at the Royal Crab, 3031 West Memorial Road, Saturday, October 30th.
Let's get back to more Millwood sports on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
All right, we're back in action. The kickoff goes down to the Bobcats. It was not fielded cleanly. It was got down to the 35-yard line. It was touched by one of their players, and then it goes out of bounds. But it looks like they're able to retain the possession regardless there. I want to kind of give some comments from our YouTube page right now. We got Ruben4749 talking about this is a great rivalry. We have some other ones chiming in here. Let's see what else have we got. There's claiming that apparently number 73 is Sir Mix-a-Lot, that he made the song. The rapper there, Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby Got Back is what he's claiming. I'm not sure if he got the title of that one, but I'll keep the other, the title of the song that he said on there. Reed gets a pass out to the flat end behind the line of scrimmage right there. Couldn't quite catch who got the reception, but may not matter. There was many flags, and there's play after the fact there. And we'll see what the referee comes up with this one. Just under 4 minutes left on the clock now. Pass was complete on first down there. So that's going to be roughing. Excuse me, a face mask, a personal foul on Millwood. So Bobcats get a huge break there to get themselves a huge amount of yards. Let's go back to our comments on YouTube. Ruben4749 says it's too bad the youngsters deserve that play-in time. And he also says he likes Millwood, but I kind of feel for Spencer here. This is a little rough going. And we feel the same way, Ruben. We feel for Star Spencer in this, and it's tough to call a ball game when they're struggling. But Reed is looking to make a difference right here with a long throw downfield. Falls incomplete. That one was intended for Gabriel Butler. A nice throw, once again, nice spiral on it, but Butler had two defenders on that one. That would have been
Deontay Shaw and Devontae Clark.
Would have been a heck of a catch to see if he was able to pull that one down, but I'm still liking Reed being aggressive, D.
Yeah.
Let's get it down the field.
Get it down the field, and the dynamic of the football team has changed with him at quarterback. When he went from receiver back to quarterback, the dynamic has changed, and they are very aggressive and passing the ball down the field.
Reed's got one man in the backfield now. He looks right, pump fakes, pulls it back in. He's going to try to sneak around the right-hand side. He does so. Now he's got some room in front of him and a blocker. He's going to get inside the 40-yard line. That will be enough for a first down for the Bobcats. So 2 first downs in a row. That's the Communication Federal Credit Union first down.
Yeah, Reed is Mr. Everything for the Bobcats. He is Mr. Everything. If you need somebody to throw, he'll catch, he'll kick, he'll cook the popcorn. He's everything for him.
Coach Robinson's he's feeling it right now. He'd be pulling his hair out if he had any by the body language that I'm seeing from him right now, because I was thinking he was looking downfield, but nobody was there. But he should be happy right now with what Reed just did for him. Reed's looking right again. He's got good coverage, doesn't have anybody. He finally finds the man over the middle. Pass intended for Seneca Davis. Catchable ball, but Davis not able to pull it in. That'll stop the clock with just over 3 minutes left to go and still be a second down for the Bobcats on the Falcons' 39-yard line.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of people open. That was great coverage by the Falcons right there. That was great coverage. Everybody was covered. But and Reed, you must give him credit for avoiding the sack. He was able to avoid the sack, keep the ball moving long enough to throw it to Seneca.
Reed's going to look left this time. He's swinging out over behind the line there. That's the one's going to get to Kaleon Johnson. Gets a first down now inside the 20-yard line. He made the check down, D. He looked over the middle, didn't see anything. He saw Kaleon Johnson kind of leaking out of the backfield over the left-hand side. Found some room in front of him, and they get a great first down there. Nice pass play.
Yeah, they forgot all about Jones right there, and he was able to make them pay for it.
So that's going to get the ball down to the 18, call it 17-yard line now for the Bobcats. Under 3 minutes left to go. Still down 42. Let's see if they can get something other than a snowman, or not a snowman, a 0 on the board. I would love to see them get a score before the end of the game. Reed's throwing into the end zone. There was some contact there, and Seneca Davis falls down just inside the end zone, right at the G of the goal line. So it must have been incidental. Don't see any flags on the play.
Reed has a powerful arm. He is such an athlete.
He does. So that'll bring up second down with 2.5 left on the clock. Reed's getting the call from the sideline over here. Now, if Akari Carter comes and joins him, he's going to go back over into the slot position. Now, I haven't seen many throws to Carter just yet.
No.
I'd like to get it in his hands. We know he's an athlete. He can do something with it.
And he has some wheels. He can get him in space. He's fast.
He looks Carter's way, but Carter doesn't have anything. Now he throws to Carter. It's caught. After we just talked about it, but it was a little low. Carter made every single effort he could, but couldn't quite bring it in. It was a little low. But Carter he extended fully out for it, but could not quite pull it in before it hit the ground. So that's going to bring up a third down now with 2.5 left on the clock.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even go for the first down. I'm going for the end zone here. With the ball on the 17-yard line, where the score is, I'm going for the end zone.
Well, it's 4-down territory. It's 4 downs due to the conditions of the game and situation. So any positive yardage you can pick up right now will be just fine. Reed's going to look right. He's got a man out of the backfield, but he chooses to throw into the end zone. He's got Bakari Carter wide open in the backcourt of the end zone.
Is it touchdown?
And the referees finally get to it. They listened to me, D. We said we hadn't seen any passes to Bakari Carter. They threw 2 passes to him. One's going to be for a touchdown. So congratulations to Bakari Carter for getting a big touchdown reception, not a pass because he was a quarterback at the beginning of the game. Gets a touchdown reception from James Reed. Now they're going to line up for 2. They're going to try to get that 8 on the board, a true snowman. All right, now Reed rolls out to the right. He's got Bakari Carter again for a 2-point conversion. A nice delivery. Carter just found some space, sat down, waved his arms real big for Reed to find him, and he did. A big 2-point conversion for the Spencer Bobcats, and I'm excited for them to get on the board. Still 2:23 left on the board. They're not going to take home a victory tonight, D, but hey, that's good mojo for them right now to feel good about something right now.
Yeah, you got to count your blessings anywhere you can in any way you can, and that was a good drive for the Bobcats.
So great for the Bobcats to get on the board with just a little over 2 minutes left to go in the game. Some of our commenters on YouTube said, yeah, it's been a little rough. Kind of feel bad for Spencer right now, but right now they're not feeling bad about anything. They got themselves a nice drive. They were aided by 1 or 2 penalties there, but the rest of it was all them. They made some nice throws, some nice runs, and James Reed has made a lot of difference at quarterback.
Yeah, putting him in at quarterback has changed the dynamic. Totally. I said that earlier, that has changed the dynamic of this team and how they play and how they're able to move the ball around the field and stretch this defense, Falcon defense, out.
So James Reed, after just throwing a touchdown pass, now he's going to use his foot, use his arm, use his leg, and use his head on that last play as well.
Yeah,
so he's using all the extremities.
He is Mr. Everything for the Bobcats.
Back to receive for the Falcons.
I'm pretty sure he stripes the field, too, during the game, before the games. Cook the popcorn, the hot dogs in the concession stand. He does it all.
He forgot to bring us the hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
He
was busy.
We're a little. We could use a hot dog up here, that's for sure. I saw our cameraman bring in a couple. It was a little tease for me to see those.
Yeah. He brought him some hot dogs. He did. Brought us.
That's what he brought it for him. I got a waft of it as he walked by. And, we're not going to get those tonight, I guess. Maybe we can hit up. Maybe they have some left over.
Hopefully.
All right, Ricky Hunt to receive. We have all of the Falcons except Hunt all up close right there. But but James Reed is going to make him pay. He kicks that all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's where Hunt collects it. He's going to look. He's got some room. He's got plenty of space in front of him. Now he's going to switch fields, go backward, gets another block. He's got all of his blockers in front of him now. He's coming over the right-hand sideline. A whole wall of blockers, and there's nobody that's going to catch Ricky Hunt right now. A 6-point touchdown on a kickoff that was technically a 90 to 95-yard kickoff return.
No flags.
But more or less, I'm going to give him about 200 yards on that kickoff return because he went right, left, lateral, upside down, diagonal before he actually went up and down the field.
They were prepared for the onside kick. I don't know why they didn't go ahead and onside kick it. You know, it's 2 minutes left. I would have onside kicked it, but maybe they were thinking they could pin them deep.
The Falcons were ready for it, and Hunt was deep back, and Reed kicked it way over his head, but didn't matter because there were not enough blocking for the Star Spencer because all the Falcons were up there blocking for him. And
he
Hunt
literally ran 25 yards
sideline to sideline
to the right and then went all the way back 10 yards and went all the way to the other side of the field where the Falcons walked and just scored. Yeah, that was a nice run by Ricky Hunt.
So that now brings the score officially to 49-8 with just under 2 minutes remaining in the game. Boy, Bobcats were feeling good for a minute there.
Yeah, that momentum just went out quickly.
Huge swing there. They were feeling good about their last touchdown and then kind of get slammed back into reality on a kickoff return. So we talked about at the beginning of the game, D, that Millwood has some great special teams, and Star Spencer has struggled in that area a lot of times, and the coverage there was not there. The Falcons were preparing for an onside kick, but it didn't happen. And Hunt was there as more of a kind of a safety blanket in case the ball squirted past the other 10 players there. He scoops it up for a score. Magnificent.
Yeah, that was. I'm just in awe of Ricky Hunt and his ability right there, because he really ran the length of the field from sideline to sidelines, going backwards and forwards until his wall was set up of Falcon blockers, and he just ran the field. I'm tired just watching him because that was a long run.
And he showed why he's been recruited by some Division I colleges right now. He's ranked as a 3-star at some recruiting services. He's got a couple of offers from the Division I schools, and proving why he's getting those kind of looks. So he's been everywhere tonight.
And we do basketball too, and he's great on the court, just as good as he is.
Catch
right
taken by Johnson there at there, Kaleon Johnson.
He tried to run it back as best he could.
He sure was. He got it up to the referee's going to mark it at the 42-yard line. So the Bobcats will take over there with just under 2 minutes left to go, down 49-8. Now we're going to see if Reed has anything else, any other tricks up his sleeve. I recommend still throwing deep. There seemed to be, they stretch the defense out a little, and I think that's kind of where they've got some passes over the middle, because now the defensive backs are starting to respect his arm.
And they're backing up, leaving the middle open.
Reed gets the snap. He's looking left, throws deep again. He's got a man over the middle. Catch. And did he hold on to it? They're going to say yes. So Gabriel Butler,
first time we caught him,
catches it on the 32-yard line. Got a good hit from behind. I thought he might have jarred the ball loose a little bit, but he hangs on for it. And I just said, you're going to need to respect that arm. They need to throw it deep, because that seems to be working for him, and it just did again.
Yeah, we were correct, and they are listening to you.
Reed's going to take the snap again. He's looking left. He's got a man over the middle all by himself. That's Gillum. He gets down to the 18-yard line. The Millwood Falcons are all stretched out. They're giving him a lot of space right now, almost too much respect for this offensive scheme. They're letting him get underneath them.
Yeah, but that just eating up the clock. They're trying to not give up the end zone, but they're giving up yards, which is going to end up giving up the end zone.
Clock is still winding down, just a little over 1 minute left to go now. 1st and 10, Communication Federal Credit Union. Reed's going to look to the left. He's going to cut up the middle. Finds another man over again. That's going to be Gillum again. And dodges a couple defenders and gets into the end zone. Or
is it
no? They're going to mark him down maybe with 1 inch left to go.
Oh, my goodness. That looks like a touchdown from here.
Let's give it to him, referees. Come on now.
That looks like a touchdown from here.
Coaches over here on the Star Spencer sideline are keeping their hands up, and they do change their mind. Okay. So we have a personal foul face mask.
Goes against Star Spencer?
Is that going to negate the touchdown call? So that's going to be enforced on the kickoff probably. Okay.
It's going to be on the kickoff.
So they are going to give them the touchdown. So they'll force that on the kickoff. So they're going to go for 2 points here. So there was, in fact, a touchdown by Gillum. After all of that, we finally got our page all on the same page here. Reed's going to roll to the left. He's got plenty of room. He's going to cut back up the middle, get himself into the end zone. 2 points for Reed. He has been all the difference right here for the Bobcats. So that now brings our score to 16 for the Bobcats. 2 late scores for them to kind of close the gap a little bit with just over 1 minute left to go. 1 minute 02 to be exact.
Where was this Bobcats team at in the first quarter?
Right, they feel like they've got some juice now. If they had this the rest of the game, we might have a closer game, D.
I don't understand it. Where it happened that they woke up in the end of the third quarter at the beginning of the fourth. I don't know what happened.
I definitely think the Falcons have really started to respect Reed with his throw and his playmaking ability, and that's really kind of opened up the field for them. And then let's give credit to the receivers. They're finding good spots over the middle. They're streaking down to the side, beating their defender. So they're the ones that are actually creating the offense for the Bobcats right now. And Reed has been able to have time. We need to give credit to the offensive line as well. The offensive line had given Reed some time to look and survey the field. So everybody all around deserves a little high five.
Yeah, since they changed Reed from receiver to quarterback, and if I'm thinking correctly, Reed's just a junior. That he is everything for the Falcons, and I mean the Bobcats changed the whole dynamic of the game.
Okay, so I thought the face mask was on the Bobcats. Apparently it's on the Falcons, so now the Bobcats, James Reed's going to be kicking from the 45, not his 45-yard line, the Falcons' 45-yard line.
This would be the time to do the onside kick.
At this point, I'm seeing if he can kick it through the field goal. And not that anything's going to come out of it, but just to say that I kicked a ball through the uprights would be kind of cool. But he's lined up on the Falcons' 45-yard line for this kickoff. It doesn't appear like they're going to try and do any kind of onside kick right now unless they're just disguising it for me. But in the end, nope, Reed's going to kick it. It's going to land inside the 10. Xavier Thompson collects it right at the 2-yard line. He's going to switch fields over the right-hand side.
He's got
Beats
some
a couple
blockers.
Guys. He does have split a couple more defenders. He's now in front
got
of the
some
bench.
blockers.
And he gets pushed out of bounds barely in between the 35 and 40-yard line right there. So a nice return.
Wow.
35-plus yards on the return for Xavier Thompson.
He caught that inside the 2. He was about to outdo Ricky Hunt right there if he had one more block.
He did have a couple of blockers in front of him, but there was one defender that was able to slip through and push him out of bounds. So that'll be 1st and 10. Looks like they marked it back a little bit further than I anticipated. Maybe he stepped out before then, so it's right at the 30-yard line for the Falcons. Clock down to 46 seconds, and that will start winding as soon as the referee gives us the signal.
Hey, James, I think somebody online said this was going to be our final score. It was going to be 49-14 or 49-16.
It was 43-14.
Yeah, somebody's online. They
You're right. You're right. So very, very close. I don't know if he had any money on that. If he did, we need to get in on that.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit because we could all share the love here. Handoff goes to a new running back for the Falcons. That's going to be number 44, Kenneth Childs, a freshman running back, 5'5", 152. We also have a new quarterback as well.
And is that going to do it? I think that's going to be
And the Falcons are just going to go ahead and let that clock run out. It looks like they're moving off field, line up at half line, and Star Spencer is going to really not have a choice to be able to play another player down on this one. So we're going to let that clock wind down.
And Star Spencer's with COVID rules, they're just going to leave, and they're not even going to shake the hands.
So, yeah, they're sending the players to the locker room, which brings our score to 49-16.
49-16.
49-16 will be our official end of the score here with the Millwood Falcons taking home the W. Now they're one win away from being 500 on the season, and the Bobcats now fall to 2-7. All right, we're going to take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back with our wrap-up of the game, and we have our player of the game sponsored by Big O's Pork and Dreams.
So
we'll get to that choice here in just a minute, but we'll be back right after these messages. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by SSM Health, St. Anthony, and OG&E.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Call 405-427-6571 for more info or visit lamorebeautysupply.com.
Let's get back to more Millwood sports on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Welcome to our post-game show, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony. Sometimes after a hard-fought game like this one right here, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist. And St. Anthony's Hospital, they have that great team to get a player back in the game from injury. Now, a little note that I just thought of, D, is that Star Spencer outscored Millwood in the second half.
They actually did.
16 points for Star Spencer in the second half, 14 for Millwood to going into the or at the end of this game. So Star Spencer, they needed that effort in the first half, and it may have been a totally different outcome.
Yeah. If they would have made those adjustments in the first quarter or before the game, those adjustments they made at halftime, it would have been a totally different game. We might be seeing overtime right now.
Could have been. We definitely saw a spark when James Reed went into quarterback. He made a lot of difference. He had some nice throws, stretched that offense out right there. And what I loved about this, D, is Star Spencer, despite the setback that they had and the huge lead that Millwood had, they did not give up whatsoever. They kept battling, which is something that Coach Robinson has said before, that he loves the fight in this team, that they don't give up. They're going to keep going until that final whistle.
Yeah, and you got to love that. Even with young players and most of the team is freshmen and sophomores. There's only 2 seniors on the squad, or 3 seniors, one being the kicker, and then the other 2 that actually play. So you got to love that when you got young players and they can fight and they will fight. But really all the hats go off to the Falcons. They didn't take their foot off the gas pedal, but they did do enough to continue and get that 4th win of the season.
Yeah, 4 and 5 now for the Millwood Falcons. Darwin Franklin is happy. He's 1 win away from getting to that 500 after a kind of
up and down
season. Yeah, rough start. Star Spencer falls to 2 and 7, but I know Coach Robinson is encouraged by that last quarter, the last half for the Bobcats. Still have a lot of things to build on.
Because if you can keep the ball the entire third period and only give up a minute and a half of not having the ball and starting in one drive, because they had the ball on the 8-yard line and they drove it down from the 8-yard line and ended up stopping about the 20-yard line of get right outside of the red zone. That's just, and you ate up the clock using a variety of plays, going back and forth. That is just good coaching, good play calling. Yeah, you had some mistakes. Some young players made some mistakes, but that is just awesome football right there.
Yeah.
If you can control that third period for the Falcons, was just dynamic. The way they controlled the whole game, took care of the whole third quarter, was nothing but Falcon football. You got to give it up to them.
And we're going to get to our Big O's Pork and Dream player of the game in just a minute, but I want to go back over some comments that we're getting on our YouTube page. So apparently Shannon Hayes said this victory is Coach Franklin's 100th victory.
Oh, well, didn't know that.
If that's true, that's a big plateau, big moment for him to reach that milestone for Coach Franklin. And then Ruben has said that Xavier Thompson, he showed a lot of things tonight. He's just a wee little freshman right now.
He showed his speed and get that touchdown.
But I saw him in the last game. He made some big plays. He did so again tonight. So he's going to be someone to keep an eye on. And I agree with Ruben's 47-49 on that. And let's see what else we got. Falcons, way to go. Falcons from Shavanya Coleman. And Let's see. I think that's about it for now. So some good comments. So thank you for everybody who tuned in on YouTube. Listen to us here on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140. And caught us on our app by Stream by PPBC. Now let's go our last little bit before we head off. First of all, before I do that, I want to give a big props to our guy on the board tonight, Terry Monday. We love you. Thank you for taking care of us tonight and doing your thing with us tonight and keeping this game running.
Keeping us rolling.
Commercials and everything. But now we need to get to our Big O's Pork and Dreams. So if you want to treat yourself to the best barbecue in Oklahoma City, it's Big O's Pork and Dreams, home of the famous fat butt.
And ain't nothing like having a good fat butt.
Also known as the Big Nasty, loaded potato with a spare rib on top. I can't do it justice like Terry Monday does, but I'd try. Big O's Pork and Dreams is located at 285 South Santa Fe Avenue in Edmond, and they also have a Midwest City store, I believe, now as well.
Oh, that's new.
And if you call for more information at 405-657-2235 for Big O's Pork and Dreams. Sounds delicious to me.
Yeah.
Now let's get to that player of the game. Who you got, D?
Man, that's a hard one. Ricky Hunt, he's all over the field. Had the big 95-yard touchdown to seal the victory for the Falcons. You could go with Henderson, who was offense. He just controlled the third quarter. And then was offense, defense all over the field. Young Thompson with the big 15-yard run, catch for the touchdown. And then, McAfee, he did great at quarterback.
All right, you drive me crazy, man. Pick one.
You could even give it James Reed came in for
I'm going to cut your mic off, D.
Oh, man, there's so many choices. But I'm going to have to go with the big man, the senior, 6 foot, 207 pounds, tight end, defensive back, running back, Mr. Everything for the Falcons. That is Henderson. Alonzo Henderson is our Big O's player of the game. He deserves it. He is all over the field, both sides of the ball. Yeah, he even kicked once tonight. So
he did.
Yeah, he was
in there on some touchdown runs, some two-point conversions, and we had 2 or 3 passes that were batted down,
some sacks. He was all over the field.
He was everywhere. Couldn't get rid of him.
We called his name all night.
He's in the nightmares.
Yeah. So I'm sure the quarterback, Carter, for the Star Spencer Bobcats is probably still seeing Henderson in his face because that young man was all over the place.
Well, that's going to do it for us. We're going to wrap things up here at Star Spencer High School. Thanks so much again for tuning in wherever you are. Thanks again to Terry Monday. And for checking us out here on our Friday Night Lights on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140. You guys have a good rest of your night, the rest of the week. Till next time, we're signing out. James Knox with D. Wright.